Media Network, a student-run broadcast bringing you all the excitement of Royal Athletics. Roncalli students are working hard behind the scenes so you never miss a moment. If you enjoy what you see and hear, consider becoming a Roncalli Media Network sponsor or making a gift to Roncalli's Circle of Faith annual fund to keep opportunities like this thriving.
Since 1970, Piazza Produce has grown from a single truck operation into a trusted, family-owned produce partner, bringing exceptional quality and unmatched service to the food service industry. We deliver the ingredients chefs count on. With refrigerated GPS-tracked trucks covering more than 150 cities across the Midwest, Piazza Produce ensures your kitchen never runs out because service is everything. Piazza Produce, fresh from our family to yours. Visit piazzaproduce.com to learn more.
Marian University wants to know, what are you made of? At Marian University, our students are made of character and faith. Our students are service-minded and want to make a difference in the world. Our students possess the skills and intellect required of leaders. Come to Marian University, Indy's premier Catholic university, and let us help you find out what you're made of. You can apply for free today at marian.edu.
Prepare yourself for scary good savings this month from Peterman Brothers. Don't let the autumn chill bite this October. All month when you install a qualifying heating and cooling system with Peterman, the furnace is free. Take advantage of this fantastic deal before it disappears.
Visit PetermanHVAC.com to schedule your free furnace installation today.
Peterman Brothers, where great service runs in the family.
Family-owned and operated since 1971, O'Reilly Branson Funeral Service and Crematory has been dedicated to serving families with the utmost dignity and compassion. The staff at O'Reilly Branson are experts in pre-planning, cremation, and at-need funeral arrangements, and have a long history of supporting your Roncalli Royals. Your wishes are honored to the finest detail, allowing you to celebrate the life and cherished memories of your loved ones. For more information, visit O'ReillyBranson.com. O'Reilly Branson, where our Catholic family serves your Catholic family.
Harding Porman is a full-service printing and brand communications company. From creative services and strategy to print, signage, digital output, warehousing and fulfillment, mailing, e-commerce storefronts, and even mobile solutions. They are dedicating to helping their clients get the most out of their brand communication efforts with the quality they can see and results they can be sure of. Get the most out of your brand communications. Certified to be the best, Harding Porman.
Whether you're heading out of town or just need trusted care for your pets, look no further than the Kennel at Arbor Lane. With spacious indoor and outdoor accommodations, a caring staff, and a commitment to treating every dog like family, the Kennel at Arbor Lane is where pets feel right at home. From short stays to extended boarding, your four-legged friends will be safe, happy, and loved. Give yourself peace of mind and your pets the care they deserve. The Kennel at Arbor Lane, a proud supporter of Roncalli Athletics. Visit thekennelatarborlane.com to learn more.
You're tuned in to the Roncalli Media Network, a student-run broadcast bringing you all the excitement of Royal Athletics. Roncalli students are working hard behind the scenes so you never miss a moment. If you enjoy what you see and hear, consider becoming a Roncalli Media Network sponsor or making a gift to Roncalli's Circle of Faith annual fund to keep opportunities like this thriving.
When looking for reliable HVAC professionals, look no further than Anne and Bartram Heating and Cooling. Whether you need a routine maintenance check or an emergency repair on a heating or cooling unit, Anne and Bartram are available to handle all of your heating, cooling, and ventilation needs. Anne and Bartram strive to be the best, so call them today at 317-889-9574. They even have 24/7 emergency service. Call them today, Anne and Bartram, 317-889-9574.
Gallagher's Pub and Eatery, your go-to spot before, after, and during all Roncalli events. As a family-owned and operated establishment, we take pride in offering a warm, friendly atmosphere where you can savor delicious pizza, fresh salads, mouth-watering wings, and a wide selection of ice-cold beverages. With 25 smart TVs around the venue, you'll catch every moment of the action and never miss a sporting event. Whether you're gearing up for the big game or celebrating a win, Gallagher's is the place to be.
Discover the Coin Index in Greenwood. Have you inherited a coin collection you aren't sure what to do with? Are you interested in investing in precious metals? Then the Coin Index is your ultimate destination for coins and precious metals. We buy, sell, and appraise. Located at 857 North Madison Avenue, just south of the Greenwood Park Mall. For expert service and top-notch selection, visit us at coinindex.com. The Coin Index, your trusted partner in coins and precious metals.
At Vision Quest Eye Care, we want to see what you see. For more than 25 years, we've offered eye exams for the whole family and care for a range of eye diseases and conditions. Pick out your glasses and sunglasses in our stunning new optical shop staffed with friendly faces. Visit us at our Greenwood and Fishers offices and schedule your visit at visionquesteyecare.com. That's visionquesteyecare.com. We want to see what you see.
Thinking about buying or selling land? Maybe a hunting paradise, some productive farmland, or a cozy home with some elbow room? Then look no further than Bill and Jay Miner, your Whitetail Properties land specialists. These Roncalli alums know West Central and South Central Indiana like the back of their hands. Don't wait. Call Bill and Jay today at 317-446-9500 or at 317-370-2422 or visit their agent profiles at whitetailproperties.com.
Prepare yourself for scary good savings this month from Peterman Brothers. Don't let the autumn chill bite this October. All month when you install a qualifying heating and cooling system with Peterman, the furnace is free. Take advantage of this fantastic deal before it disappears.
Visit PetermanHVAC.com to schedule your free furnace installation today.
Peterman Brothers, where great service runs in the family.
Harding Porman is a full-service printing and brand communications company. From creative services and strategy to print, signage, digital output, warehousing and fulfillment, mailing, e-commerce storefronts, and even mobile solutions. They are dedicating to helping their clients get the most out of their brand communication efforts with the quality and results they can be sure of. Get the most out of your brand communications. Certified to be the best, Harding Porman.
You're tuned in to the Roncalli Media Network, a student-run broadcast bringing you all the excitement of Royal Athletics. Roncalli students are working hard behind the scenes so you never miss a moment. If you enjoy what you see and hear, consider becoming a Roncalli Media Network sponsor or making a gift to Roncalli's Circle of Faith Annual Fund to keep opportunities like this thriving.
And a pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to Roncalli Royals football on the Roncalli Media Network. The Royals back home in the friendly confines of Bob Tully Field for this, their regular season finale, and home finale for that matter, as they welcome in an old foe in the East Central Trojans. The Royals coming in at 5-3 on the season, fresh off a 57-20 thrashing of Harrison last week. They welcome in those East Central Trojans at 7-1. On the year, a matchup that is riddled with postseason punches back and forth. That not possible this year with the Trojans being a class above Roncalli. So it's a one-and-done matchup between these two bitter foes in what should be a real treat tonight at Bob Tully Field. Hi again, everybody. Alongside Kevin Bonich, I'm Jimmy Cook. So pleased you've chosen to spend part of your Friday night with us here on RMN. Kevin, like I mentioned in the opener, this is an underrated matchup for Roncalli in terms of the history because it's not as front of mind as Cathedral or Chittard, but there is a lot of blood on the pages of this rivalry, and whenever these two teams meet, especially this time of year, it's a preview for maybe a semi-state showdown. Not the case this year, but one that's going to be very high in emotion and what should be a very fun contest as the Trojans and Royals battle tonight.
Yeah, I couldn't agree. I think when you think of this matchup, it would be intriguing to look at the entire state to think, is there a bigger matchup of two high school teams that are not in the same conference and not in the same sectional? I think it would be Roncalli East Central, just given the history in the playoffs, even the regular season battles that we've had throughout the course of the year. no better way to end the regular season than a matchup. This is like a pre-playoff game every single year. This is what you prepare for. You got the scrimmage before week 1. Before you play your opening round of sectionals, you are playing a state caliber game here this evening.
Well, Roncalli feels like they have a lot of things rolling on all cylinders for them, especially with their running game. They'll be without Zach Dozier again tonight. He might be worked in for a couple snaps here and there, but without starting running back Zach Dozier as they were a week ago. They unlocked something with Alex Jarvis on the season for him. 27 carries, 178 yards, 3 touchdowns all on the ground. An explosive effort last week when Roncalli needed it most in relief against Harrison. He'll get the nod again tonight in what could be a thunder and lightning type setup for the Royals moving forward. To Kevin's point about this matchup, it isn't one that is with postseason implications this year, with both teams being in different classes, but it is one that is always highly contested. Roncalli dominating the 2000s. The last 4 or 5 years, East Central got in the better end prior to last season when the Royals won at East Central 17-7 around this time a year ago. And another exciting chapter expected tonight. We're going to step out for the first time here on Indianapolis Fruit pregame show. When we come back, we will take you through our pregame conversation with Royals head coach Sam Otley. We'll also have Kevin's keys to the game a little bit later as well. But tonight's pregame show brought to you by Indianapolis Fruit. Looking for freshness you can taste across the Midwest? Meet Indianapolis Fruit Company, a family-owned leader in quality produce since 1947. From our roots in Indianapolis, we've grown to operate these state-of-the-art facilities, a fleet of refrigerated trucks delivering throughout the Midwest and over 500 years of combined produce expertise. Count on us for superior service across warehousing, packing, transportation, and distribution. Indianapolis Fruit, producing a fresh experience. Still to come on the Indianapolis Fruit pregame show, our pregame conversation with Sam Otley. It's around the corner as we await Roncalli and East Central here on Senior Night from Bob Tully Field on the Roncalli Media Network.
Since 1947, Indianapolis Fruit has been delivering the freshest fruits, vegetables, and flowers to Midwestern retailers, bringing quality and trust to every produce aisle. With over 170 refrigerated trucks, a premium supply chain, and more than 3,000 SKUs, including organic, ethnic, artisan, and gourmet grab-and-go options. We provide a full-service experience from farm to market. Indianapolis Fruit. Produce a fresh experience.
Are you looking for a company that cares about meeting your financial needs? Werner Financial is the place for you. Our owner, Jason Werner, is a proud Roncalli member of the class of 2005 and has extensive knowledge and experience ensuring your investments are customized to fit your goals. The Werner Financial team is one that works for you and will handle your assets with precision and confidence. Our goal is for you to not only feel secure in your finances, but also to see real growth. Visit wernerfinancial.com to set up your meeting today and get started on your financial future.
Providing comfort for families in their time of need is the main concern of the staff at Lauk Veldhoff Funeral Home. We are a small family-owned firm and take great pride in the personal service we offer and the family-like atmosphere at our facility. At Lauk Veldhoff, we only serve one family at a time, providing compassionate care and affordable options, truly part of your community. Lauk and Veldhoff Funeral and Cremation Services. Call 317-636-6655.
Prepare yourself for scary good savings this month from Peterman Brothers. Don't let the autumn chill bite this October. All month when you install a qualifying heating and cooling system with Peterman, the furnace is free. Take advantage of this fantastic deal before it disappears.
Visit PetermanHVAC.com to schedule your free furnace installation today.
Peterman Brothers, where great service runs in the family.
When you need the job done right, trust Indiana Electrical Services, your IBEW 481 union contractor. Proud sponsor of Roncalli Athletics, we're here to handle all your electrical needs, big or small. Jeff Russell, class of 99, and David Moran, class of 94, are proud to serve the community they love. And of course, we're cheering on the Royals every step of the way. Indiana Electrical Services, powering your home, your business, and your school spirit.
Gallagher's Pub and Eatery, your go-to spot before, after, and during all Roncalli events. As a family-owned and operated establishment, we take pride in offering a warm, friendly atmosphere where you can savor delicious pizza, fresh salads, mouth-watering wings, and a wide selection of ice-cold beverages. With 25 smart TVs around the venue, you'll catch every moment of the action and never miss a sporting event. Whether you're gearing up for the big game or celebrating a win, Gallagher's is the place to be.
Welcome back to the Indianapolis Fruit pregame show, the regular season finale and the home finale at that, as the Royals take on East Central. Royals coming in 5-3 on the season, fresh off a 57-20 win at Harrison up in West Lafayette. They welcome into town the 7-1 East Central Trojans, a former Class 4A foe. Now up to 5A is East Central. Joining us, he does each and every pregame, Royals head coach Sam Otley. Coach, let's start with last week. It felt like from a zoomed out look that if a couple plays go here or there, maybe we're talking about a 1 or 2 score game late in the second half. I felt like every 50-50 ball, along with your team's execution, of course, but every 50-50 ball, every potential toss-up play went Roncalli's way. But when that happens, you got to capitalize, and your group did. Walk me through that performance, and how proud of the effort were you?
Yeah, very proud. And we talked about going into this week, especially after, the trip up to LaSalle, practice fast, start fast. Again, Harrison's a good football team, and we knew that, especially playing on the road. So for us, playing good teams on the road, starting fast and playing 4 quarters together was the challenge, and I think the guys did a really good job with that.
Last week, we had known going in that Zach Dozier was going to be unavailable, and your look was going to be Alex Jarvis as your tailback. He had gotten some work the previous week as well. But going in, when you lose somebody like Dozier, not for the season, but just for the game, thinking, all right, well, where's the carries going to come from? Where's the volume going to come from? Alex, who started the season as a wide receiver, goes for 146 yards on 19 carries, averages 7.5, nearly 8 yards on the ground, 3 touchdowns to his name. Did you know he was capable of that kind of performance last week? And what does this do for your offense, knowing that whenever you do get Dozier back, and you would obviously hope that lines up with the postseason, you suddenly have 2 high-powered backs that you can mix and match things with this offense. So start with Jarvis's performance, and then back half of that, what do you do now with a tandem in the backfield?
Yeah, and that first point is Alex Jarvis is a heck of a football player, and we knew, at the role that he plays, he's a guy that we try to get touches, and just the way that he plays football, we knew, as a tailback, he'd be, a huge weapon for us, just getting his nose downhill, making guys miss, and generating yards and really controlling the line of scrimmage. And we knew he was capable of that just by position. He's rep tailback. He plays that H position and even wide receiver just because of, how dynamic he is as a player. But we knew having a week where he could focus and play tailback, again, it's a huge advantage for us. And we knew he was excited to get rolling. And like you said, it just gives us additional firepower, having him comfortable running the ball between the tackles, and then, having wide receivers and guys who can play on the perimeter, even Zach being an option, in the backfield as the dive guy, even adding him now as a perimeter threat. It just gives us a balanced attack where we're able to put a lot of guys in different places and keep the defense on their toes. Because, again, we got a lot of guys who play hard and, are explosive playmakers. So it's exciting to see them play different positions and still capitalize on their opportunities.
Tonight's matchup against East Central used to be a look-ahead game or a tease game because you could count on, if you were going to have a deep run into the postseason, East Central was either coming down here or Roncalli was going to go up there. They're now in 5A with a success factor and not a problem to deal with in the postseason, but a problem and still a barometer game to measure where your group is and where they are measuring up going into the postseason. Walk me through that dynamic. How at all does this game change, knowing that there is no rematch between 2 schools that really don't like each other that much? This is the one-off for this season. And then how do you still use that, not only to go out and win, but use it as a measuring stick game for your group?
Sure. It's a game that I love playing. The final regular season game one, because it gives you kind of gives you a taste into what playoff football, championship football is going to be like. Prior to getting to the postseason, and really, not looking ahead as a semi-state matchup as it's been in the past. For the guys, really doesn't affect the preparation going into this week, because they're, a team that you can't look past. Again, with, the rivalry that's developed over the years, it's one that's built on, high-level competition, mutual respect for programs. But both teams, play with a tremendous amount of pride, whether they're home, whether they're away, whether it's semi-state, whether it's the last game of the season. Again, it's two programs that have a lot to prove and protect their tradition in the way that they, and really, not looking ahead as a semi-state matchup as it's been in the past. For the guys, really doesn't affect the preparation going into this week, because they're, a team that you can't look past. Again, with, the rivalry that's developed over the years, it's one that's built on, high-level competition, mutual respect for programs. But both teams, play with a tremendous amount of pride, whether they're home, whether they're away, whether it's semi-state, whether it's the last game of the season. Again, it's two programs that, have a lot to prove and protect their tradition and the way that they do things. So it's still, as we approach this game, it's just as important as any game that we'd have moving forward, especially as we get rolling into the playoffs. So again, they're a talented team, and we're excited to get rolling, because like you said, you want to play good teams and get your team ready to roll in the playoffs, so that we can keep, like we said, each week climbing the ladder, keep getting better moving forward. East Central, no doubt, is going to be a team that provides us that opportunity, just being a sound, physical, get after a team. So I'm excited for our guys to get after it.
What type of test does this become for both?
That opportunity, just being a sound, physical, get after it team. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for our guys to get after it.
What type of test does this become for both your offense and your defense, knowing that it is the regular season finale, but not only that, the last opportunity to iron out any kinks, knowing that if you lose tonight, well, there's still tomorrow. Not that you're ever going and thinking that way, but you have that luxury in your back pocket. Next week, that's not the case. So, how will this match up, this opponent in the Trojans, who kind of do it pretty well on both sides of the ball, how will that test both your offense and defense?
For a couple of reasons. When we talked about, playing at in Lafayette, and playing a team that, a good football team, come out fast, get a lead, let the defense and offense be aggressive, and continue to build on that for 4 quarters. When we're able to do that, Harrison being a fast and athletic team, we were able to just kind of take advantage in some areas. East Central it, presents a totally different challenge. In the sense, we talked about starting fast and then being able to handle adversity when the other team makes adjustments or makes the play, effort and execution were the key for last week. This week, we talked about that word that you need in the playoffs, fight. When things aren't going your way or when the other team may have some momentum and you're not used to things going well, how well do you handle adversity, get the ship going the right direction, and then course correct so that you can continue to play your best football for 4 quarters and win a hard fought football game. So that's what it takes to win the playoffs. Oftentimes football games are going to get ugly, and it's going to be the last guy left to just refuse.
Welcome back to the Indianapolis Fruit pregame show. The regular
that's going to win the game, and really, if you look at the East Central Roncalli game, that's what it takes to win. It's just going to be a slugfest, and oftentimes,
welcome back to
whoever makes the least mistakes, or the guy who just continue, or the guy who just continue to fight longer until their opportunity happens, whether it's halfway through the fourth quarter at East Central last year, where it was really 3 plays in a row that broke the game open. You need to learn that, and that's a skill that you develop and learn who you are as a team and how you're going to handle those scenarios, so that when they present themselves in the playoffs, you can put your head down and go win, as opposed to trying to figure that out in the moment when, again, the season's on the line. So, again, it's a great matchup. That's, offensive and defensively, we have to play well, and we have to play physical, and we got to do that for 48 minutes. You can't let up, or they'll find their opportunities and take advantage of them, again, because they're a good football team.
If you could highlight one thing about, I like to do this week because you just don't know when the postseason starts. So to kind of close with this, if you could highlight 1 or 2 things about this senior class, as this is potentially their final home game at Bob Tully Field, certainly their final regular season home game at Bob Tully Field, what would you highlight about this group?
Just since we started the season, them, coming to their own as senior leaders, kind of understanding, who they were as a class, what their leadership style is, and how they effectively, articulate that to the rest of the guys to keep driving attitude and effort forward. Each class, has a different personality or speaks a different language, and I'm just proud of the way these guys have kept. They get challenged week in and week out. And again, they take it in stride, and they find ways to keep pushing forward together, and set a good example to each other, but also, for the underclassmen, on how we need to do things to go compete and win championships. So, again, just the way that they've developed as leaders has been fun to see, and again, continuing to see that in the playoffs is exciting for me. So just proud of these guys and the way that they keep pushing forward week in and week out.
Royals and the Trojans, the regular season finale, potentially the final contest, though hopefully not at Bob Tully Field this season, but definitively the final regular season matchup in the friendly confines of Bob Tully Field. Should be a fun one, another storied chapter in this rivalry. Coach, appreciate the time as always. Good luck out there.
Yep, thanks, Jimmy.
That's Royals head coach Sam Otley. We'll be back with Kevin's Keys to the Game after this on the Indianapolis Fruit pregame show on the Roncalli Media Network.
When it comes to coin laundry, Laundry and Tan Connection stands out as Indiana and Kentucky's biggest and best. With cleaner, more spacious and user-friendly facilities, they lead the way in laundry services. But that's not all. They're also the area's premier tanning salon, offering top-notch tanning facilities at competitive prices and the best hours around. Discover why Laundry and Tan Connection is the top choice for both laundry and tanning by visiting laundryandtan.com today.
At Vision Quest Eye Care, we want to see what you see. For more than 25 years, we've offered eye exams for the whole family and care for a range of eye diseases and conditions. Pick out your glasses and sunglasses in our stunning new optical shop staffed with friendly faces. Visit us at our Greenwood and Fishers offices and schedule your visit at visionquesteyecare.com. That's visionquesteyecare.com. We want to see what you see.
Marian University wants to know, what are you made of? At Marian University, our students are made of character and faith. Our students are service-minded and want to make a difference in the world. Our students possess the skills and intellect required of leaders. Come to Marian University, Indy's premier Catholic university, and let us help you find out what you're made of. You can apply for free today at marian.edu.
Discover the coin index in Greenwood. Have you inherited a coin collection you aren't sure what to do with? Are you interested in investing in precious metals? Then the coin index is your ultimate destination for coins and precious metals. We buy, sell, and appraise. Located at 857 North Madison Avenue, just south of the Greenwood Park Mall. For expert service and top-notch selection, visit us at coinindex.com. The Coin Index, your trusted partner in coins and precious metals.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the Roncalli Media Network, a student-run broadcast giving you all the sights and sounds of Royal Athletics.
Welcome back to Bob Tully Field. Royals and the Trojans set to do battle in this, the regular season finale, senior night for your Royals here on our Indianapolis Fruit pregame show. And as we close the book on the Indianapolis Fruit pregame show, we shift towards our keys to the game, brought to you by Kids Abilities, where we believe in no limits, only possibilities. Kids Abilities provides pediatric therapy that supports families, celebrates achievements, and helps kids reach their fullest potential. Learn more at kidsabilitiesindiana.com. Jimmy Cook alongside Kevin Bonich. And KB, as I bring you into the fold, tonight's Kids Abilities keys to the game are what?
On the defensive side of the ball, they run a lot of different mini offenses. And we're going to see that tonight. So I think basic alignment, assignment football, can you recognize the formation? Can you get into the appropriate checks? Do you know what's going on? Are they in unbalance? Let's get aligned and let's know our assignment based on all these mini offenses that they run. On the offensive side, for us, it is going to be handling their pressure. They want to play the game in the phone booth. We're going to have to take some shots. We're going to have to handle some pressure. We might have to handle being behind schedule a bit. Got to handle that pressure. And then special teams. Look, this is a very, very well-coached football team. And if you want to be a championship caliber team come October, November, special teams are critical. Good championship football teams can take care, gain an advantage in the kicking game, gain an advantage in the return game. So let's be solid in the special teams. Alignment and assignment, take care of the pressure, be good and solid on the special teams.
Well, tonight's pregame festivities brought to you by Indiana Electrical Services. When you need the job done right, trust Indiana Electrical Services, your IBEW 41 union contractor. Proud sponsor of Roncalli Athletics. We're here to handle all your electrical needs, big or small. Jeff Russell, class of 99, and David Moran, class of 94, are proud to serve the community they love. And, of course, they're cheering on the Royals every step of the way. Indiana Electrical Services, powering your home, your business, and your school spirit. Game time temperature tonight brought to you by our friends at Whitetail Properties. 66 degrees and cloudy skies, should stay in the lower to mid-60s throughout tonight. Picture ask weather for a regular season finale as we arrive at week 9 of the high school football season. That's brought to you by Whitetail Properties. Bill and Jay Miner, your go-to experts at Whitetail Properties for West Central and South Central Indiana's rural real estate. Whether you're dreaming of Honeyland, farmland, a serene lake home, or a home nestled on acreage, these proud Roncalli alums have the knowledge and passion to make it happen. With their deep connection to the land and the outdoors, Bill and Jay are ready to help you find your perfect slice of nature. Give them a call today at 317-446-9500 or 317-370-2422 or explore their agent profiles at whitetailproperties.com. Turn your real estate dreams into a reality with Bill and Jay Miner. Well, we mentioned it during our pregame show as we're just a few moments away from kick between Roncalli and East Central. The Royals are looking to continue their winning ways with the regular season finale upon us. Roncalli winners of 4 of their last 5. A win tonight makes them winners of 5 of their last 6. We do know their sectional opponent next week will be Northview. I joke a little bit because you have one of these every now and again. The way alignment works, you never know who's going to be the odd squirrel out in terms of one of these things is not like the other. And you look around, it's Northview. It's like you look at the AL East, you got Boston and New York, Baltimore. Wait, why is Tampa Bay there? Like that's how it kind of feels with Northview. The Royals will be traveling darn near Terre Haute next week to take on Northview. That'll be a 7 o'clock pregame. We'll get more into that in the postgame. But we know that draw having happened over the weekend. And the Royals and Chittard, if you're mapping things out that way, would only face each other in the championship in just a couple weeks. But again, cart before the horse there as both teams head towards midfield for tonight's coin toss. East Central in their road white unis, red numerals lettering and the black trim, their black helmets with red chrome numerals on, or logos I should say, on the helmet. For Roncalli, it's their clean blue road uniforms with all blue outlook, blue pants, blue helmets, white numerals lettering, and the red trim. The Royals come in at 5-3. The Trojans, meanwhile, have rattled off 5 wins in a row and currently sit at 7-1 on the season, having not allowed a point this month, thwarting Connorsville and Greensburg by a combined total of 124 to zippity-doo-dah. That's been their stretch the last 2 weeks.
Jimmy, I'm a big Sagern guy. For looking at that, their strength of schedule ranked 121st in the state. Roncalli's strength of schedule ranked 21st in the state. I do think that's always an interesting storyline when you come in to play East Central is what have they played recently? What has Roncalli played recently? And then where are we at? They certainly are going to be living life in the confidence lane here of feeling good. They're 7-1, haven't lost a game for a while. Their one loss against Lawrence North, a very, very solid 6A football team here in the city, compared to Roncalli, who week in, week out, every single week you have got to bring your A game against all of your opponents. And so that's always an interesting storyline that plays into this Week 9 game here against East Central.
Carrington Pitts and Ben Sweezy back deep to receive for Roncalli. They won the toss and have chosen to receive. East Central has Liam Cox set to run into this thing and get us started. Royals will operate left to right in your mind's eye. Sweezy stands to the right side near the near hash at the 5. Pitts the other side at the 5 on the far hash. It's kicking, drifting towards Pitts, and that's where we'll take it at the 10. Drifts towards the right side of the field of the 15, cuts up field of the 20, 25-30, 35-40. There's a flag down, 45-50, and he'll get to midfield, but that's likely a hold of the block in the back that will undercut what has been an exclamation point during this run, Kevin, for Roncalli, winners of, as I mentioned, 4 of their last 5. Special teams, big chunk plays. That time nullified, though, by whatever this penalty is.
No, but I like that right off the bat in terms of running the kick-out return to the right side there. The Harrison team from Ohio that East Central played in Week 2, that's how the game started against them as well. Week on their left side, our right side in terms of the return. So I liked what our coaching staff did there. They attacked a weak point that we've seen on film, went after it. It's an unfortunate penalty. We said it at the top, keys of the game. You got to be solid in the kicking game. Yards matter. I mean, that's a huge penalty. I mean, that's nearly a 60-yard penalty in terms of where that return went to.
Yeah, it's going to set them all the way to their own 9. They were at midfield before the block in the back, how it was officially rung up. So here's Colin Ash, 70 for 115 on the season, 931 yards through the air, 547 on the ground, 8 touchdowns through the air, 10 on the ground himself. He has Jarvis's tailback. He'll hand it off to Alex towards the right side. He'll be thrown forward for a minimal gain. He'll bring up second down.
right off the bat, you see them. They run a 3-4 defense. The two outside linebackers are walked up, and in essence becomes a 5-2. Those safeties are creeping up. East Central wants to play the game in a phone booth. There's no reason to have 53 1/3 yards the way they like to play their defense.
Two wide receivers to the left, none to the right. There is one motion man in Raider towards the right side on this 2nd and 7 after the gain of 3. Ash will pitch it to the right side to Toth. He'll force his way out of bounds away from tacklers for another medium-sized gain. It'll set up 3rd and medium.
Right off the bat, we see 2 runs into the boundary. Coach Otley liked that. And watching film this week is let's go after the boundary and kind of force their hand with the way they slant their front typically towards the field.
Roncalli on the season, 32 of 69 on 3rd down, a 46% conversion clip. Hoping to keep this drive alive here on 3rd and 5 from their own 14 on this, the opening drive of the contest. 2 wide receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Ash, an empty set in the gun. He'll send a motion man. Takes the snap. Ash rolls right. Going to tuck it and try to get it with his legs. Out to the 20, all the way to the 25. Well, let's see who they mark him out. Make that the 22. Either way, it's more than enough for the first down. He needed 5. He got 8, and it'll move the chains for Roncalli.
That is a brilliant design play to go empty. That forces East Central to check out of their base defense, check into their empty set. It goes motion. Now they got to adjust who's covering what man. Great pickup there on a first down. Good design of a play.
Good play call so far out of the gate for Coach Otley and company on this 1st and 10 from their own 22. 2 out to the left, 1 to the right. Ash will keep himself. Direct snap to the quarterback. He'll lower his shoulder for a gain of about 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, I went to the wide receiver unbalanced look there to kind of see what they would do with their secondary, how they will adjust. They like to play a lot of man-to-man coverage. You're going to play man-to-man on a wide receiver that's covered up. You're going to force East Central's hand here to get out of what they're comfortable with doing.
Ash looks towards the sidelines on this 2nd and 7 as they break the huddle. Kevin, something to ponder maybe after this play. Roncalli pretty much wants to run the ball. Like, they don't like to air it out. They will, but they want the run to set up the pass. And I'll hold this question for a second on 2nd and 7. Ash in the pocket. It starts to collapse. He'll tuck it and run. Hit the 25 between 3 tacklers to the 28, and he'll set up 3rd and short as they break away the pile-up coming. You'd think, oh, stack the box, or you know what's coming always because they're always going to run it. But Roncalli's always able to keep people guessing. You mentioned the unbalanced look. You mentioned empty set. But it's still a run every time. How do you keep that fresh as an offense? How is Roncalli able to do that?
You got to keep that at the top of your play sheet is just knowing we have to force East Central to be uncomfortable. We've got to force them to be uncomfortable. They want to be stacked in the box. So how do we do this? We empty, we spread, we motion, we make them not play a football game like they like to play.
Be 3rd and 4. All the wide receivers to the left side, ball middle of the field from the Roncalli 28. Ash, a screen to Jarvis, caught at the 25 to the 30, 35, 40, extra effort to the 45, all the way to midfield. Jarvis to the East Central 45. We'll see if they mark him there or not. Either way, into Trojan territory, set up by the wide receiver screen.
That is quads to the left, 4 receivers to the left, the tailback exit motioning to the left. You're going 5 wide, all to the left. One of those receivers is covered up. That is very, very uncomfortable for East Central to try to play their 3-4, get to their 5-2. They got to make all kinds of checks. You can tell they're kind of scrambling with those formations.
You were correct. It's 1st and 10 to the 45. A pitch to Jarvis. He'll throw downfield. It was a pitch option throw. It was initially pitched from Ash to Jarvis, and he was looking for a trick play to Dillon. He was hit as he threw, almost picked off. Thankfully falls to the turf harmlessly, and it's 2nd and 10.
Little play design here. When you cross the 50, you're typically in 4-down territory. You want to take a shot, take it on 1st down. Now let's get back on schedule.
They did that on 1st down. We were correct on our assumption of the spot of the ball for that 1st and 10. Now it's 2nd and 10. But from the East Central 45, 9 minutes to play in this first quarter. We're scoreless. Opening drive for the Royals. Ball far hash. 2 wide receivers to the right side. It's a pitch pass to Toth, trying to cut up field, and he'll be pushed forward all the way to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 2, maybe 3, depending on where it's spotted. Sets up 3rd and long.
Yeah, my favorite formation in high school football. It's illegal in the NFL and for a reason. That wide receiver over the number 2 wide receiver, the slot receiver, is covered up. Coach Otley continues to do that to try to overload that 3-4 defense.
Roncalli so far 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions this drive, but as Kevin alluded to, might be 4-down territory. 3rd and 7 from the East Central 42. 2 wide receivers to the right and 1 to the left, ball near hash. Ash, the snap. He looks, has a man open, downfield. Catch is made on the far left side. Caleb Maurer, who's been a big name off the play sheet the last couple of weeks, has a big gainer into the red zone for the first down.
Maurer's development and growth this year has been huge for this offense. What a huge play on third and medium, third to long. They were flat cover zero. Everybody, they're sending pressure. Way to handle that pressure. Take your shot. Huge play. Keep those sticks moving.
1st and 10 from the 19, just inside the red zone. 2 wide receivers to the right, none to the left. Ash has Jarvis as his tailback. Toth in motion. Handoff. Jarvis up the middle. He jump cuts, fights forward, close to the 10. It'll be 2nd and 2.
I'm intrigued by East Central's number of substitutions here. I mean, it's almost like hockey sub in there with their defensive line of running guys in and out. Good pickup there, run into the boundary. Continue to hear that throughout that first series. Pound the boundary, pound the boundary.
Call it a gain of 7, 2nd and 3 from the East Central 12. 2 out wide to the right, 1 to the left. 1 tailback in Jarvis. Ash, a hard count, now looks to the sidelines with 15. 7.5 left to play in this first quarter. Good chunk of time off the clock so far for Roncalli on this opening possession. Ash, handoff. Jarvis, full head of steam, lowers his shoulder, gets to the 2, and he'll set up 1st and goal for Roncalli.
I just love the way that we are manipulating their defense with our formations and our motion. And you can tell it's taking them out of their run fits. Everybody's got an assigned job, but once that motion happens, those run fits can change and those angles can change. And by doing formations and motions like we've been doing on this first drive, it is causing issues here for East Central's defense.
And that's part of the way and part of the formula for Roncalli is always keep the defense guessing, to Kevin's point. 1st and goal from the 2. Ash has a wide receiver out to the right and 1 to the left. Jarvis is his tailback. Ash will keep it himself. Dive forward, close to the goal line. Let's wait for a signal. No signal yet. No signal yet. Far side official marks him short. No touchdown signal, so we'll call it 2nd and goal and a gain of a yard. Ball at the 1.
No red flag for review, but I'd like to throw it.
I would too. Looked like where he dove, just from a physics standpoint, that it would have been a touchdown, but doesn't happen there. Maybe it'll happen here. 2nd and goal from the 1. We saw a lot of QB sneaks with Ash directly under center last week. We see it here. He's thwarted the first time. Second effort. No signal yet. Did the second effort get there? It did. Touchdown Royals. Well, holy long walk of water, holy long walk for a drink of water, Batman, but we finally get there, says the far side official. And the Royals strike first blood. It's 6-0 with 6:10 to play in this first quarter on the Marian University scoreboard. Royals in front 6-0 by that Ash touchdown.
Pause for dramatic effect.
Yeah, yeah. It was in full effect there for certain. It's Nane Bartram heating and cooling touchdown. Gavin Luthane on for the point after try. And offside's going to be the call. Kick is good, but they'll get movement before the play. So it'll be a re-kick in all likelihood. Offside. Royals, I suppose, could go for 2 if they wanted, but I assume they'll just kick the point after try again. And I am incorrect on that. We're going to shift and we're going to go for 2.
I love it,
says Coach Otley.
I love it.
The offensive gear is going for you.
I'm all about it.
Do you have a go-to?
Like from my basketball days and playing for Coach Wants, why shoot a 2-pointer when a 3-pointer's worth more?
It's fair.
You're on the 1-yard line.
You're dodging my question a bit, and now we don't have time to dissect it, which was if you had a go-to in the back pocket for the 2-point try.
It's Pioneer. Dan Lauck already tweeted it.
Yeah, he did. You're right. You're right.
Pioneer.
Ash in the gun. Royals go for 2. Colin will take it himself and walk in for the 2-point try. 8-0 Royals, 6:10 to play in this first quarter. An Anane Bartram touchdown means that Anane Bartram will donate $100 to Roncalli High School. Whether you need routine maintenance or emergency repair, Anane Bartram are here to ensure your heating and cooling systems are always in top shape. With 24/7 emergency service, they're always ready to tackle any challenge. Give them a call today at 317-889-9574. For Anane Bartram's award-winning HVAC service and a team that's always in your corner, call them at 317-889-9574. 8-0 Royals on the Marian University scoreboard in this first quarter. 6:10 to play in the frame. Back in 30 seconds on RMN.
That's another touchdown by your Roncalli Royals. Brought to you by Ane and Bartram Heating and Cooling, the official touchdown sponsor of your Roncalli Royals.
Marian University wants to know, what are you made of? At Marian University, our students are made of character and faith. Our students are service-minded and want to make a difference in the world. Our students possess the skills and intellect required of leaders. Come to Marian University, Indy's premier Catholic university, and let us help you find out what you're made of. You can apply for free today at marian.edu.
13 plays, 91 yards, 5:50 off the clock, the time of possession. 1-yard touchdown run by Ash, and a 1-yard touchdown run on the 2-point try for Colin Ash. That his 11th touchdown on the ground this season makes it 8-0 Roncalli with 6:10 to play in the first with Kevin Bonich. I'm Jimmy Cook. Gavin Luthane gets an end-over-end kick into this one that is taken at the 5 by Ethan Feldkamp. He's out to the 15, to the left side of the 20, and he's finally brought down at the 25-yard line. Some choice words from Feldkamp as well. Bodies everywhere, but the tackle is made by Ben Sweezy. And so we'll see the Trojans for the first time tonight from the 26. They got a little bit of everything in this offense, Dan. Quarterback that's just under 1,000 yards and a tailback that has 1,000 yards to his name. How are they going to test Roncalli tonight?
I don't know. It's a guessing game a little bit. Are they going to come out with their spread? They're going to come out with their bunch trips look. They're going to come out with the triple option. They're going to be under center. Are they going to be in the gun and spread? Looks like we're going spread.
Will be a spread look. Ball near hash, 1st and 10 from the 26. Maple in the gun, and he will give a late snap to Bellman that goes nowhere. A couple of Royals throw him back. Casey Horton among them. It'll be a loss of 1, 2nd and 11.
What a great start. It was great contain on our kickoff. That was great contain into the boundary by our defensive set there. Curious what East Central's kind of thinking here. Great offensive drive, come out. This is not a team like they've played for the last month and a half. Roncalli's get off to a quick start.
2nd and 11. It's a misdirection handoff that picks up 4. Should have picked up nothing, but give credit to East Central. And on the carry there, Elijah Selhorst, who picks up 6 when it, again, should have been probably 2. He was dead to rights. But he does pick up the yardage and make it 3rd and manageable, make it 3rd and 6.
Yeah, I mean, he ran forward. That was a good, hard run. Brody Heidelberger with an outstanding fit, read his guard well, fit perfectly. He's just got to finish that tackle, but a great run fit by him.
3rd and 6 from their own 30. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Royals show pressure. Maple looks, steps in the pocket, throws a slant behind his receiver, incomplete. And unless they're feeling riverboaty, it's going to be 3 and out for East Central.
What a start for Roncalli. You couldn't have written it up any better. I'm telling you, I think this is where our schedule benefits us immensely, where we are just used to week in, week out playing solid, high-caliber football teams. This is not really what East Central has seen recently. You talked about nobody scored a point on them in weeks at this point. I think that we got to see how East Central responds to that.
Well, it looks like they're going to go for it, but you could always have a pooch kick here, and indeed that is what it's going to be, as they will quickly back up long to punt this away, and Luke Baker stands at the Roncalli 35. It's a spiraling punt that's going to die at the 30 and roll out of bounds towards the 25. It looked like a perfect spiral, like it was thrown the way that kick went. Same arc, same trajectory, not a ton of hang time there, but it does travel well enough to pin the Royals at their own 25-yard line. Defense responds. How does the offense take advantage and really come out swinging like they did on that opening drive?
Yeah, I mean, I think you just keep doing what you've been doing. I think everything that we've talked about in that first drive worked. Your game plan has been working. You stay on script, stay on schedule, keep it rolling.
Ball far hash, 1st and 10 from the 24. 4:49 to play in this opening quarter. Marian University scoreboard reads 8-0 Roncalli. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ash in the gun. His tailback is Jarvis. He'll hand it off to him on the left side. He breaks a tackle to the 30, stays on his feet to the 29. I like to borrow Kyle Brandt's moniker every now and again of NFL Network. Kevin, every now and again you have somebody who just runs angry. That's the feel whenever Jarvis touches the football.
Him and Ash both.
Yep.
I mean, your quarterback is an angry runner. That's an outstanding 8-yard pickup here on first down. As offensive play caller, you love that. Playbook is wide open now on 2nd and short.
2nd and 2 to be exact, as Kevin outlined. Ash in the gun from his own 32. Fakes a pitch, throws over the middle, behind and low. His intended target of Jarvis. Was the catch made? If it is, the first down to the 45. If not, it's 3rd and 2. The far side official says incomplete, and it's 3rd down.
Don't care. I like the shot. It's second and short. It's a great time to take a shot. We'd obviously like to complete those, but that's still the right time to make that call, to make that run the 4 seams out of a trips look. That is hard for their defense when they play one high safety to deal with 2 seams running down each hash.
I don't know if Ash got worried about the defender late over the middle or if he just short-armed it, but either way, you take the shot, you like the shot, but a missed opportunity. They'll see if they can answer here on 3rd and 2. 3 wide receivers to the right, none to the left. Ash directly to Jarvis, and he'll try to fight left. He's not going to get there. He's going to be a yard short, and now decision time for the Royals. It's 4th and 1. What will they do here? They're not going to get the benefit, I think, of a first down. In fact, where they spotted that ball is at the original line of scrimmage. That can't be right. That's at least 2 yards short if that's where they have that spotted. Now you're going to have to punt. If that's the spot of the ball, you got to punt this ball away.
I think he's going to go for it.
All right.
Or at least try to draw him off.
Yeah, why not? 4th and the longest one you'll ever see. From the Roncalli 33. Offense out there. Ash could pooch it if he wants, and Zach Dozier back for the first time in 2 weeks with that injury. He is the tailback in question. They're going to go for it. Right to Dozier. Zach fights forward, has the first down.
A great run. A great run. That's championship caliber football there. That's a big pickup. Your head coach, your offensive coordinator being confident of, let's go. We can pick up 1 yard against these guys who typically are a strong run defense.
Call it 1st and 10 from the Roncalli 39. The roll of the dice pays off for Otley. Tries to hard count, and did East Central move? They did indeed. They encroached. Royals offensive line reacted to it. 5 free yards upcoming.
I mean, they're ending up now. I mean, you can see maybe a little bit of maybe some panic that is existing here where it's starting to be like, well, we got to put some more pressure on this. We got to blitz. Now you catch a linebacker that's trying to jump the account, pick up an easy 5 here.
1st and 5 after the penalty, and it's weird how the mentality, to your point, Kevin, can shift as the game goes on. Roncalli leading 8-0 with 3:05 to play in this first quarter. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ash empty set, steps up in the pocket. Delayed screen pass caught by Dozier at the 40. Lowers his shoulder to the 45. Forced out of bounds at the 49, maybe the 48. A gain of 4. He needed 5, 2nd and 1.
I love 2nd and 1. Who doesn't like 2nd and 1 as an
whole
offensive
playbook
play?
back open,
the
right?
whole playbook
Yep.
is wide open. Once again, we saw 4 verts out of a trips look. Running back out in the flats. Good read by Colin Ash. They drop all of their linebackers and safeties, hit the easy swing, have a violent run there.
Last time they
forward.
had 2nd and 2, they took a shot. Do you expect the same, or do you expect another run here?
I'm going to go with a run.
Looks that way. Condensed formation. Ash keeps it himself. Option pitch to the right side. Toth fights forward. It was a long effort to get that yard, but based on the spot, I believe he got it by millimeters and moves the chains for the Royals. 1st and 10 right at midfield.
I'm 1 for 1 on knowing what Sam Otley would do.
That's good. The Tony Romo Award, as we sometimes call it here. Nostradamus also for those not in football circles. The Romo's gotten a little bit mailed in at times the last couple of seasons. 1st and 10 from the 49. Handoff, no pitch pass late to Jarvis. He gets to the 49 of East Central. That will be a gain of a yard, 2nd and 9.
I mean, that's their safety coming down to make a tackle there, which once again just means they got to continue to creep up to stop the triple. They got to use those safeties to go deal with the pitch man.
Royals look towards the sideline with 18 on the play clock. $1:45 to play in this opening quarter. 8-0 Roncalli. 2 wide receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Ball far hash. 2nd and 8 from the 49. Ash has Dozier as his tailback. He'll use him as a lead blocker. Ash cuts upfield, makes a man miss all the way to the 45, near the 42. He dives. I don't think he has the first down, but he does set up 3rd and 1 for Roncalli.
Colin Ash, lead, follow, or get out of the way. I'm pretty sure he had a great stiff arm on his lead blocker there to say, get out of the way. I'm going to try to go pick up the first down.
Very simple set of rules that Ash expects for those in front of him. And he's able to fight his way around both Trojans and Royals to set up 3rd and 1 with 65 seconds to play in the quarter. 1 wide receiver to the right, 1 to the left. Ball far hash. Dozier his tailback. Handoff. Dozier up the middle. Stutter step, fights forward, has a couple, and that's all he needed. First down, Royals.
51, Zane Baker there with a violent block right there in the interior.
The trenches and those boys up front, they don't get enough credit, but so much of Roncalli's running success over the years is built on winning at that point of attack, and Baker among them always delivering for their tailbacks and their quarterbacks.
I mean, it's a must. If you're going to win in late October and throughout November, the offensive line, the defensive line is where that is going to happen.
2 wide receivers to the right side and 1 to the left. Ball far hash, what will likely be the final play of this first quarter with 30 seconds on the clock. 1st and 10. Ash, 3-step drop, has Jarvis wide open. Dillon wide open as well. He catches it off a deflection. It looked like he was going to target Jarvis. Instead, he goes further to the right to Dillon, who pokes it in the air with one hand and falling to the ground, grabs it with the other. He makes it 1st and 10, Roncalli from the Trojan 21.
I like the play design. A great throw. What a catch. I think what a fantastic catch watching the replay as it happens. Fantastic catch there by Dillon.
It's a gain of 17 and puts the Royals just outside the red zone in what was the final play of that first quarter. On the Marian University scoreboard after 1, it reads Roncalli 8, East Central nothing. We'll step aside and be right back with quarter number 2 and a 1st and 10 just outside the red zone upcoming for Roncalli on RMN.
Since 1970, Piazza Produce has grown from a single truck operation into a trusted, family-owned produce partner, bringing exceptional quality and unmatched service to the food service industry. We deliver the ingredients chefs count on. With refrigerated GPS-tracked trucks covering more than 150 cities across the Midwest, Piazza Produce ensures your kitchen never runs out because service is everything. Piazza Produce, fresh from our family to yours. Visit piazzaproduce.com to learn more.
Providing comfort for families in their time of need is the main concern of the staff at Lauk Veldhoff Funeral Home. We are a small family-owned firm and take great pride in the personal service we offer and the family-like atmosphere at our facility. At Lauk Veldhoff, we only serve one family at a time, providing compassionate care and affordable options, truly part of your community. Lauk and Veldhoff Funeral and Cremation Services. Call 317-636-6655.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the Roncalli Media Network, a student-run broadcast giving you all the sights and sounds of Royal Athletics.
Welcome back to Bob Tully Field. Welcome back to Bob Tully Field. Start of the second quarter, 1st and 10 Royals just outside the red zone. Ball far hash. Quick screen pass. Right side is caught by Dozier. He'll gain 5, sets up 2nd and medium. That first quarter for Roncalli, time of possession, basically 10 minutes to Roncalli, 10.5 minutes to Roncalli, 90 seconds to East Central. They dominated time of possession, and that's a formula for success, 10:39 to 1:21 to be exact. It's a gain of 4 on that run, or on that pass, so 2nd and 6, I beg your pardon, upcoming for Roncalli. Hand off to Jarvis. He'll crawl forward for a gain of about 4, maybe 5, 3rd and short. With Kevin Bonich, I'm Jimmy Cook. Kevin, Roncalli executing as good a game script as you could have hoped for coming in here with an opportunity to go up 2 scores early.
AI and Chat GPT could not have done this any better.
Wouldn't agree. Couldn't agree more. Ash looks to the sidelines with 19 on the play clock. Facing a 3rd and 2 from the Trojan 13. A wide receiver on either side. Ash in the gun. Dozier's tailback puts him in motion. Ash direct snap, trying to find the edge. Collin cuts upfield, lowers his shoulder, keeps fighting forward. 1st and goal, Roncalli from the 5.
I mean, there's just not many quarterbacks that run that hard, that far downfield. So that motion is really tough because you're thinking the running back's out. They're not going to run it, except for you got Colin Ash, who is absolutely a dual threat. And so if you exit the box and you go light, Colin Ash is going to run it there on a Q counter.
About 210 yards per game for Ash, 78 of which come on the ground. So, like you mentioned, you got to look for him every time. 1st and goal from the 5. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right side. Dozier the tailback. Ash, 3-step drop, pump fakes, throws a slant, incomplete. They were a crossing pattern, it looked like, and a lot of jumbled bodies there. but it falls harmlessly to the turf, 2nd and goal.
Yeah, I mean, they brought some pressure there. They ran some crossers. There definitely was a lot of junk. Colin had to get rid of that in a hurry as he had pressure in his face there.
Ash looks to the sideline. Royals 21 out of 23 now in red zone scoring, coming away with points at a clip of over 90%. Ball far hash, 2 wide receivers to the left and 1 to the right. 2nd and goal. Ash, handoff, Dozier, cuts forward, jump cuts, and is brought down from behind after a gain of 3. 3rd and goal from the 2.
Got to be thinking 4-down territory here in terms of 2 options, what we're going to go with. But continuing to fall forward.
Well, you got so many bodies you could utilize in the running game. We've already seen Ash directly under center. You know, you can hand it off to Jarvis or to Dozier if you wish. And, of course, it doesn't have to be old-fashioned up the middle. You could go in a couple different directions, but they choose basically an empty set for Ash. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. The motion man is Jarvis. Direct snap. Ash goes left side, pushed forward into the end zone, waiting for a signal. I think he's in. The far side official marks him short. We're not fans of dramatic calls here of the exclamation point variety with this officiating crew. I thought he was into the left side. They say no, but it took him 5 minutes to make that call, and now it's 4th and goal from the 1.
We nearly have to have a sequel to find out what happens next after these.
Royals are going to go for it. Ash directly under center. Likely the quarterback sneak it. Collin takes the snap, pushes forward, dives forward. Effort, is he there? I'm going to say no. Based on the way the officials have called this so far, I'm going to say he's short. No signal yet. No signal yet. And they're turned away. 1st down, Trojans. So the Royals come up empty on the dice roll, and the Trojans get a lifeline, albeit backed up at their own 1.
They do. I'll be interested. I think they're going to come out in their flex bone offense here with them being back on the 1-yard line. Just need to get a stop, move on. That's an unfortunate end of that drive.
Well, now the question is, as is always when mistakes are made in sports, do the Trojans make it matter? They have 1st and 10 from their own 1. Maple in the gun against a hungry Roncalli defense. 2-step drop, takes a shot, downfield. His guy has a step, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for Carson Eibold, but he overshot him by about 5 yards. 2nd down. You're surprised by the shot?
I am. I do not know East Central. I thought they would come out in their under center flex bone offense. Kind of looks a little bit like the wing tee, but instead they stayed with the spread and took a shot.
Roncalli will hold that thought for just a second as the Trojans set up 2nd and 10. I have some egg to pick up off my face here in a second. Mabel, 2-step drop, pressure comes, throws over the slant, and it's caught by Feldkamp. He's out of the neck of the woods they were in all the way to the 25-yard line. They get some breathing room. 1st and 10 Trojans. Broadcaster jinx on my part bringing up Roncalli's effectiveness in the red zone. Of course, that comes back to bite Roncalli. But nevertheless, the Trojans able to get some breathing room and some wind at their back. 1st and 10 from the Roncalli 24 on the big pickup by Feldkamp for 23. Now they'll hand it off left side. Medium gain. 2nd down. Ball is loose, says Kevin Bonich. Officials say it's East Central football, though, as out of the pile was Maple.
A quick call. We'll take that at least.
Yeah, we're improving, I guess. Anything in between the 20s, we get quick calls with. But outside of that, you don't have a skybox or New York to call. You got to make sure you're precise. So they'll call it a gain of 4, 2nd and 6, right in the middle of the field. Ball at the 28-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Mabel, a hard count. Low snap. Pressure comes. Slant. Caught, no dropped. Wide open was Trevor Perkins, but he thought about running before he secured the catch, and it's 3rd down.
Yeah, Roncalli trying to go with some twist pressure there with Brody Heidelberger through one of the A gaps. They run a nice little pick route there, and they just got to convert that.
Royals have been susceptible, at least on this drive, to gaps over the top. That one should have been another blow, but instead it's dropped. So 3rd and 6 from their own 28 for Maple and East Central. It's a screen pass, left side, caught at the 25. He'll get to the 30, but it's 4th and 4. And another decision here for East Central. They punted the last time. Do they continue to ride the momentum here, or do they punt it? And it looks like the punting unit's going to come onto the field. Good response by the Roncalli defense.
Luke Baker with a great open field tackle there. You don't have to do anything pretty. You got to bring him down. You got to bring him down short of the first down marker. That's a great play.
East Central does have an offensive look out there, but it's the same package they use to kick this away with Feldkamp out of shotgun, and now he backs up to the 20 to punt this away. Baker at the 35. Whistles blow before the snap. And they're going to call Baker for an equipment malfunction, I think, so he's going to have to come out of the game. So Baker's going to trot off. Royals will be without one of their best corners and let to sub somebody in for him who would also, in theory, operate as the return man. And correction, it's Noah Long in there as the quarterback / would-be punter. They'll back out Carrington Pitts, the safety, to be the return man. Always wonder, not so much at this level, but if you would think of going for it now that one of the top corners on the other side is off, maybe try to target him. But I don't know if that's the way East Central's thinking. More whistles from the white hat. They got to mark the ball properly. And now they're set with 7:24 to play in this second quarter. Clock running, 8-0 Roncalli. And now the Trojans will set up in a standard punt formation with Pitts at the 40. Rolling to the right is Long. That's a sidewinding punt with not a lot of airtime and a Royals bounce out of bounds. Not a long game of cliffhangers this time. It'll be 1st and 10 Roncalli at their own 41. A lot of window dressing there for that punt, but we got there in the end.
We got there in the end. I do like those in high school football. I'm a big fan of that. A lot of things can go wrong in the kicking game, especially with punts getting blocked, long snappers trying to send it back there fast enough and far enough that you don't have to worry about the block like at the college and NFL level. It's just hard. I'm a big fan of kind of those little gimmicks to just make sure that we're getting a punt sent down that way.
1st and 10 Roncalli from their own 42. Two wide receivers to the right, one to the left. That's a motion man. Handoff to Jarvis. He avoids tackles at the first level, keeps his legs churning to the 50, all the way to the 48-yard line of East Central for a first down.
A run. That was a get 9 yards and then do the tush push.
Yep.
That was.
He had linemen all over him. I think that's Sirianni's plan if they ban it. Just
change how you do it.
Yeah, exactly. Reverse the order of operations. 1st and 10 from the Trojan 48 for Roncalli. A wide receiver to the left and two to the right. Motion man is Raider. Ash, two-step drop, looking Raiders' way. Now will throw it, instead dumped off to the left side, looking for Caleb Maurer. The catch is made, and he gets yards after catch all the way to the 39. He needed the 38, so 2nd and 1.
Yeah, I mean, great play design, great execution of that play, continuing to attack the boundary. That's a good pickup. Jimmy Cook, 2nd and 1. It's a good time to be an offensive coordinator.
I can feel the salivation from the former offensive mind to my right, turned principal. Hard count by Ash. A little bit of a flinch, but nobody goes in the neutral zones. Now he looks to the sideline on this 2nd and 1.
4 to the right. Let's see. Quads.
Nobody to the left as Kevin outlines. It's a screen to Jarvis, right side. He catches it, has to run through his blocker. He still won't get there, and worse yet, flags will fly. And where it fell, you would think it's somewhere against Roncalli, whether illegal shift or illegal motion. That is the call, and this will bump things back for the Royals. You agree with it?
I didn't see. I would assume that maybe somebody on the outside didn't get set.
It was right immediate when Ash threw that ball. So it'll bump things back and make it 2nd and about 7, or as we like to say for layman's terms, beg your pardon, not as much fun for the OC.
No, you're still on schedule. You don't need to panic.
Sure.
We're fine.
It's not as fun as 2nd and 1.
It's not as fun, no.
2nd and 6, ball near hash. Collin, handoff. Jarvis lowers the shoulder and picks up the first down and then some. That one with ease, perhaps his easiest gain of the night. Call it a gain of 7, and it sets up Roncalli for 1st and 10 from the 37 of East Central. with 5:35 to play in this first half and an 8-0 lead for Roncalli.
I mean, the more they creep the safeties, at some point one of these is going to go for a significant number of yards.
A wide receiver on either side. Ash, a pitch to Toth. He gets the edge. 35-30, tackled from behind near the first down marker. It's a gain of 10, though, says the far side official. First down, Royals on the option to Toth.
Great triple option. What a great triple option in every aspect of that. Interior lineman with their blocking, a great read, initial read, a great pitch read. That is some solid fundamental. Army and Navy would be happy to watch that kind of offense. Maybe not being in the shotgun so much,
Sure.
but
I've heard we're sending some tape there just for critique,
Yeah.
any added nuggets, scholarship opportunities.
Absolutely.
Two wide receivers to the left and one to the right on this 1st and 10 from the East Central 26. Ash, two-step drop, looks left the whole way. As Raider wide open for the reception, a couple yards after catch as well. He's down to the East Central 5. First and goal, Roncalli.
that is 4 verts, 2x2 wide receivers. They motion one over to get to 3x1. They've continued to run 4 verts out of a bunch of different looks. They are doing a bunch of window dressings to run 4 verts and hit the 2 seams.
One of my favorite formations. I think a lot of people like offense, love a good 4 verts.
Absolutely.
2 wide receivers to the right and 1 to the left. Ball near hash on this 1st and goal from the 7, they'll mark it officially. Jarvis the tailback, Ash with 10 on the play clock, finishes his instructions from the sidelines. Has Maurer to his left side if he wants him. His tailback is Jarvis, as I mentioned. Ash will use him as a blocker. Curds around, cuts
Touchdown.
upfield, walks into the end zone for the Anna and Bartram touchdown. 14-0 Roncalli with 4:19 to play in this first half on the 7-yard scamper around the side with blockers in front of him for Colin Ash. His 12th touchdown on the ground this season, 2nd of the night, and the Royals have a point after try to add to this 14-0 lead with 4:19 to play in the half.
If we've said it once, we've said it how many times? That's a boundary run. The way East Central plays, they want to slant to the field. What a great run. Great touchdown run. Great finish of that run, too.
Luthane sets up the PAT. Good snap. Good hold. Kick is good. 15-0 Roncalli. 4:19 to play in this second quarter. That's an Anna and Bartram heating and cooling touchdown. That means $100 donated back to Roncalli High School for 24/7 service. You can count on. Call Anna and Bartram at 317-889-9574. Roncalli leads at 15-0 with 4:19 to play in the first half on the Marian University scoreboard. Back in 30 seconds on RMN.
That's another touchdown by your Roncalli Royals. Brought to you by Ane and Bartram Heating and Cooling, the official touchdown sponsor of your Roncalli Royals.
Family owned and operated since 1971, O'Reilly Branson Funeral Service and Crematory has been dedicated to serving families with the utmost dignity and compassion. The staff at O'Reilly Branson are experts in pre-planning, cremation, and at-need funeral arrangements, and have a long history of supporting your Roncalli Royals. Your wishes are honored to the finest detail, allowing you to celebrate the life and cherished memories of your loved ones. For more information, visit O'ReillyBranson.com. O'Reilly Branson, where our Catholic family serves your Catholic family.
Six plays, 58 yards, 2 minutes and 46 seconds off the clock for Roncalli to lead 15-0 over East Central with 4:19 to play in this second quarter. The 7-yard touchdown run by Colin Ash, his 2nd of the game. With Kevin Bonich, I am Jimmy Cook. Royals set to kick this one away. The Trojans of East Central will operate left to right in your mind's eye as Luthane runs into this one and kicks a high sky kick to the 30, fielded by the up man for a fair catch, and that's where we'll see the Trojan offense. For the 3rd time tonight, they've been forced to punt twice, but they had a little bit of promise that last drive moving the football, Kevin.
They did. I mean, they like the spread so far, which I've been intrigued to see how they were going to attack us, and they continue to stay with that. We'll see what they do here on this next drive.
To this point, time of possession has been the biggest factor tonight. 16 minutes and 21 seconds for Roncalli, 3 minutes 20 seconds for East Central, and the fact that with the 3:20, time of possession can be an irrelevant stat if you can flip it and score quick. East Central's been unable to do any scoring so far tonight. They do hand off to their bell cow back in Bellman to the left side. He carries tacklers all the way to the 50. That's a gain of 17, and an injured Royal is on the turf.
Yeah, they were able to get the edge. That's the first time all night we haven't been able to set the edge. Instead, they were able to turn us out.
It is Carrington Pitts, by the way, the starting safety for Roncalli. I didn't mean to cut across your thought, Kevin, in regards to...
Not at all. That's fine.
Pitts is still down, but moving all right, just favoring his leg. They will attend to him. We will give it a 30-second look real quick. And as they attend to... Nope, they're going to help him up. We'll stay here. So Pitts able to walk off the field on his own accord with athletic training staff by his side. Hope he's all right. Hope it's just a cramp. But for East Central, that was easily their biggest gain on the ground, a gain of 18 by Bellman, who we mentioned, a 1,000-yard back coming in.
Yeah, I mean, he's a workhorse for them, a really good downhill runner. Like I said, that was the first time they've been able to get to the edge to us. Every other time we've been very solid in our contain, setting that edge, and then rallying to the ball. So first time they were able to do it, it's a good football team. At some point, we knew those things were going to happen.
So 1st and 10 East Central from the Roncalli 49. 2 wide receivers to the right side and 1 to the left. Maple in the gun, wants to run the option. Pitches left side, 45-40 is Aaron Mayer, I believe, the ball carrier there on that option. And it sets up. Correction, it was Bellman. My apologies. So another big gain for him. Makes it 2nd and medium.
Kind of a flip here. I mean, they run that's just the speed option. It's not triple option. There's no dive threat there, but good speed option for them, once again, to get to an edge.
Ball far hash, 2 wide receivers to the right side and 1 to the left, I beg your pardon, on 2nd and 5. Handoff, Bellman, right side. He's tackled from behind. A couple different Royals there to make that stop, including Carson Keller. It is a positive gain, though, about 2. Call it 3rd and 3.
Yeah, our linebackers there to the field did a fantastic job of setting the edge and then making sure everybody could come clean it up. That was great run fits there. That's film you want to show on Saturday morning.
Trojans look to the sidelines. 3:30 to play in this second quarter. Should be noted they do get the ball, start the second half. And they were set up almost to... Kevin, correct me if I'm wrong, because formations do throw me off every now and again. It almost looked like a tush-push or a victory formation almost.
It does, but, I mean, they run a full offense out of that set.
Right.
So, I mean...
Are you surprised by the timeout in response to it then?
I'm not, because I think, once again, this is where you have to deal with all their mini offenses. So I'm sure this is a good timeout to say, look, they've changed to this secondary offense. We now need to be aware of it. Fellas, just a reminder, this is what your job is. This is what the check is. I think that's a great game management timeout here to just remind them, look, now they've gone away from the spread. We've gotten under center here.
In that wishbone victory formation almost type.
Yeah, I mean, they'll run dive, they'll run a triple out of it, they'll run a counter, they'll run belly out of it. I mean, they will run all kinds of sorts of things. So I think that's a good move. They, for now, have gone away from it, but I think that's a good use of a timeout.
The Trojans are out of that formation now, as Kevin mentions, but it's still 3rd and 3. Bellman, the tailback right side. Maple wants to run the option, pitches to Bellman. He dives forward, has the first down. His forward progress will be there. Man, they're spotting this a lot closer than I thought. The near side official says first down. The far side official has it as 4th and 1. The near side will win that, as he should, and it'll move the chains 1st and 10 Trojans. Not because he has the authority, but because that looked like a pretty obvious first down.
It did. They made that much closer than I think it actually was. We were there. We got to finish the tackle there. We were there. Everybody was in great position for the option.
Yep.
Defended it well. Just got to finish the tackle, not let them fall forward.
Keller and Horton there to finally close it out, but not before the first down yardage was picked up. Now they're in that wishbone look. Maple, a hard count, now looks to the sidelines. 1 wide receiver to the left, none to the right in this ultra-condensed formation. Maple, handoff, right side, trying to find the edge is Bellman, and he won't find much of anything. Pick up maybe 2. 2nd and 8.
Yeah, they're just trying to run a jet sweep out of that, trying to condense everybody down in the formation. It's super, super tight. Their hope is to get to the edge. We're not able to do so. Great rally there by Roncalli.
Luke Baker, Carson Keller there on the stop. Called a gain of 1, 2nd and 9, 2:20 to play in this first half, 15-0 Roncalli. Maple, two-step drop, looks left, now goes right, go ball, airs it out, has his man Feldkamp downfield, incomplete. Luke Baker on the coverage, 3rd and 9.
Yeah, intrigued by them taking a shot there on 2nd and long. Solid defense there by Baker. I mean, that's going to have to be a throw that goes over the outside shoulder, tight roping it down there on the sideline. Intrigued they go. I mean, Baker 6'3". I mean, that's not just an easy pickings there to go after them.
And he lost a step out of the gate.
Yep.
He had to close quick, and he did. Under center is Maple. He'll run play action. Looks right. Steps in the pocket. It's collapsing. Royals trying not to allow contain break, and they won't. In fact, it's a sack, and the ball's on the turf as well. Casey Horton there on the sack. The Trojans do, I believe, recover that football. Let's wait and see. They do recover the football, but it is 4th and 9, maybe 4th and 10 if that's a loss of a yard.
There will be no stat that covers this. Frankie Egan did a phenomenal job in that. So that becomes scramble drill. Quarterback's running. Frankie Egan could have just said, you know what, I'm going to go after the quarterback. Instead, he stops and takes care of a running back that was coming out, sneaking out. He's on the hash.
Yep.
That's a really good pickup by him. Otherwise, it becomes just an easy little throw over the top and could have gone for big yards. Well done by Egan.
Trojans are going to go for it with under 90 seconds to play in the first half, and they're going to let this run down and then call a timeout. We'll take one as well. 1:20 to play here in this second quarter. Big 4th down coming for the Trojans. 4th and 10 from the Roncalli 39. Royals lead at 15-0 with this 4th down for East Central. We come back in 30 seconds on RMN.
Whether you're heading out of town or just need trusted care for your pets, look no further than the Kennel at Arbor Lane. With spacious indoor and outdoor accommodations, a caring staff, and a commitment to treating every dog like family, the Kennel at Arbor Lane is where pets feel right at home. From short stays to extended boarding, your four-legged friends will be safe, happy, and loved. Give yourself peace of mind and your pets the care they deserve. The Kennel at Arbor Lane, a proud supporter of Roncalli Athletics. Visit thekennelatarborlane.com to learn more.
Back at Bob Tully Field with Kevin Bonich, I'm Jimmy Cook. Roncalli in front, 15-0 over East Central, 1:20 to play in this first half. Trojans will get the ball to start the second half, and they're riverboating again here, 4th and 10, albeit in plus territory at the Roncalli 39. 2 wide receivers to the right and 1 to the left. Maple in the gun, low snap. He looks right. He'll throw that way into coverage, and the catch is made right between 2 Roncalli defenders. He goes to his favorite target, an Ethan Feldkamp, and it moves the chains. The dice roll pays off for the Trojans.
Yeah, that's the second time they've ran that trips concept. Somebody in the flat, somebody running the seam, and then somebody running the big dig, which is kudos to them. I mean, that's a hard throw in high school. It's a tough route to run.
1st and 10 for the Trojans. Ball near hash. Delayed handoff to Bellman. He stiff arms, but good effort all the way there by Frankie Egan. Despite being stiff-armed, hand on his face mask, he went right for the leg still and able to drag down Bellman with him. It's a gain of a yard, 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that's a great tackle there. Violent stiff arm, great tackle.
40 seconds to play in this first half. Royals trying to keep him out of the end zone, knowing they could double dip here. Bellman, 3-step drop. Pressure coming. Bellman airs it out. Left side has a man wide open. He dropped it. Elijah Selhorst all by himself with plenty of blue grass in the end zone in front of him, and he can't make the catch. It's 3rd and 9.
Carson Keller. Whoever attempted to block Carson Keller lowered a shoulder there.
He paid the price.
And
unfortunately, for East Central anyway, it was all for naught. 3rd and 9. Clock stopped on the incompletion. 32 seconds to play in the half. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Maple rolls, throws, pass broken up. He was rolling to his right. Luke Baker knocks it away. It's 4th and 9. And the Trojans, I think, just want some points here. So they're going to bring out the field goal unit. Leyland Canny, the kicker, will come on. He's 2 for 3 on the season, as long as 40. This is about a 41-yarder.
Looks that way, 42.
Call it 42 yards to put the Trojans on the board. Good snap. Good hold. Kick is no good. Wide to the right. So it would have been a new long on the season for Kenny. Can he? He can't. That time anyway. I'll be here all night. 21 seconds to play in this first half. 15-0 Roncalli. You know you don't get the ball to start the second half. You think a simple kneel down here, rely on your defense, go in the halftime locker room, 15-0?
Yes, I think so. I mean, if you want to spread them out to see if you want to run the ball once, but I think you take the knee and move on. Which we're doing. We're 2 for 2 on Sam. We're 0 for 1 on East Central.
It's all right. I think that would nod to your intel and your knowledge, if anything. It is a kneel down, and barring any petty timeouts, nope, there's none to be had. That will end our first half.
I think we kneeled it with 10 guys on the field.
Well, you getting laundry out for that, or are we going to the halftime locker room? Clock operator says we're going to the halftime locker room. That'll be it. All right, well.
We might be the only team that has kneeled it still out of a spread formation. We got to work on that. We got to talk about that. Everybody's with tight ends.
Got to keep people nervous. Yeah, I think everybody needs to be nervous on those.
I mean, I get that we're trying to be spread, but we can tighten it up for the victory.
I would agree.
Stick to the game plan, though. Hey, we want to spread them out. We want to get them out of the comfort zone, even in the kneel-down formation.
There's always something to work on, and that, among other things, will be worked on most definitely as we head to the halftime break. But all in all, Kevin, yes, you'd love for it to be 22, 23-0 right now. You come away and are turned away once on your 3 red zone opportunities, touchdowns twice, turned over on downs, one of them, but still a 15-0 lead, and you felt like it's been your thumb on the trigger all night long so far. Got to feel pretty good going into the halftime break.
Yeah, I think you feel great about what your game plan is, the way your kids are executing it. I think the only thing they've really done on their offensive side against our defense is they've run that little concept where they go a flat, a seam, and then a 10-yard dig, and they've been able to get behind our linebackers. So I think you go in, you're going to talk to our linebackers. Listen, once you read pass, you've got to go find the number 1 receiver, which is really, really hard to try to get underneath that dig and go have an interception. That, I think, is really what you're talking about. Everywhere else, I think we've done really, really well here in this first half of football.
We're going to step aside. When we come back, it's the O'Reilly Branson Funeral Service and Crematory halftime show. We'll take you through all first half numbers. We'll get Kevin's keys to the second half, brought to you by Kids Abilities. Also get you through our Royal Roll Call as well from our friends at the Kennels at Arbor Lane. But on the Marion University scoreboard, after a half of play, it reads Roncalli 15, East Central nothing. O'Reilly Branson halftime show up next on the Roncalli Media Network.
Discover the Coin Index in Greenwood. Have you inherited a coin collection you aren't sure what to do with? Are you interested in investing in precious metals? Then the Coin Index is your ultimate destination for coins and precious metals. We buy, sell, and appraise. Located at 857 North Madison Avenue, just south of the Greenwood Park Mall. For expert service and top-notch selection, visit us at coinindex.com. The Coin Index, your trusted partner in coins and precious metals.
When it comes to physical therapy, you have the freedom to choose your provider. At Indiana Physical Therapy, our experienced therapists will work with you to create a personalized treatment plan tailored to your needs. Whether you're recovering from injury, managing a chronic condition, or looking to improve your sports performance, we've got you covered. Take control of your health and schedule your appointment today at indianapt.com or call us at 317-449-2333.
Whether you're heading out of town or just need trusted care for your pets, look no further than the Kennel at Arbor Lane. With spacious indoor and outdoor accommodations, a caring staff, and a commitment to treating every dog like family, the Kennel at Arbor Lane is where pets feel right at home. From short stays to extended boarding, your 4-legged friends will be safe, happy, and loved. Give yourself peace of mind and your pets the care they deserve. The Kennel at Arbor Lane, a proud supporter of Roncalli Athletics. Visit thekennelattarborlane.com to learn more.
Building your vision. From concept to creation. At Gemco Constructors, we're your one-stop partner in commercial construction, from mechanical, electrical, and plumbing systems to building automation and post-project service. With design-build solutions across 30-plus states, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and built to last. Our strength, innovation, safety, and service. Gemco engineers the right system that works smarter and works longer. Gemco Constructors, a proud supporter of the Roncalli Royals. Visit wearegemco.com today. Gemco, building your vision, concept to creation.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the Roncalli Media Network, a student-run broadcast giving you all the sights and sounds of Royal Athletics.
Welcome back to Bob Tully Field. It is halftime, brought to you by O'Reilly Branson Funeral Service and Crematory. Family-owned and operated since 1971, O'Reilly Branson Funeral Service and Crematory has been dedicated to serving families with the utmost dignity and compassion. O'Reilly Branson are experts in pre-planning, cremation, and at-need funeral arrangements and have a long history of supporting your Roncalli Royals. Your wishes are honored to the finest detail, allowing you to celebrate the life and cherished memories of your loved ones. For more information, visit O'ReillyBranson.com. O'Reilly Branson, where our Catholic family serves your Catholic family. Let's take a look at our scoring drive summary, or your game summary from that first half. Roncalli would start this ball game with the football and promptly go 91 yards, 13 plays in 5:50 off the clock. They would then go for 2 on a penalty. Colin Ash would run it in for a 1-yard touchdown, go for 2 on an offsides on the PAT. Ash would call his own number again to make it 8-0. East Central would go 3 and out to open their action. Roncalli would then get the ball back and dominate another long drive, more than 7 minutes off the clock in their time of possession. They would go 75 yards in 17 plays. They needed 76 yards for the touchdown. They could not. Turnover on downs would give the ball back to the Trojans, who played around with it a little bit. They'd get 5 plays off before they were forced to punt. They would get out of harm's way and make Roncalli have a long field to work with. Royals, though, able to get the job done following that punt. They'd go 6 plays, 58 yards, 2:46 off the clock to make it 15-0. The Trojans then get the football, go 12 plays, 42 yards. With the first half clock winding down, they'd be forced to kick a 42-yard field goal that was wide to the right. Keeps the score at 15-0. Victory formation, Roncalli, or halftime kneel-down formation, I should say, for Roncalli. Kept it where it stands, 15-0 in that first half. Kevin will dive a little bit deeper to this in segment 2, but initially, with our first half numbers brought to you by Indiana Electrical Services, anything jump out at you one way or the other?
Yeah, I think right off the bat, you take their top running back, Bellman, 38 yards, 18 is his longest run off of 8 rushes. Get rid of his long of 18. You've held him to 7 carries for 20 yards. You'll take that any day of the week against an East Central team. And then on the offensive side, got 6 different wide receivers with huge catches in the game. I mean, we're 8 for 10 in the passing game, 106 yards, 80% pass completion. You'll take that all day. And then when you look at your yards per rush, 4.5. As a former OC, life is good at 4.5.
4.5 and up is where happiness is achieved, to be certain.
Yes.
And you've seen a lot of that the last couple of weeks leading to this success from Roncalli. We're going to step aside for the first time here in our O'Reilly Branson halftime show. We come back. We will dive deeper into those first half numbers. We'll get Kevin's keys to the second half for Roncalli, brought to you by Kids Abilities, and ultimately get you set for the start of half number 2. The Marian University scoreboard reads at the break. Roncalli leading East Central 15-0, though the Trojans will get the ball to start the second half. Back in a couple minutes on the Roncalli Media Network.
Thinking about buying or selling land? Maybe a hunting paradise, some productive farmland, or a cozy home with some elbow room? Then look no further than Bill and Jay Miner, your Whitetail Properties land specialists. These Roncalli alums know West Central and South Central Indiana like the back of their hands. Don't wait. Call Bill and Jay today at 317-446-9500 or at 317-370-2422 or visit their agent profiles at whitetailproperties.com.
Since 1970, Piazza Produce has grown from a single truck operation into a trusted, family-owned produce partner, bringing exceptional quality and unmatched service to the food service industry. We deliver the ingredients chefs count on. With refrigerated GPS-tracked trucks covering more than 150 cities across the Midwest, Piazza Produce ensures your kitchen never runs out because service is everything. Piazza Produce, fresh from our family to yours. Visit piazzaproduce.com to learn more.
Harding Porman is a full-service printing and brand communications company. From creative services and strategy to print, signage, digital output, warehousing and fulfillment, mailing, e-commerce storefronts, and even mobile solutions. They are dedicating to helping their clients get the most out of their brand communication efforts with the quality they can see and results they can be sure of. Get the most out of your brand communications. Certified to be the best, Harding Porman.
When looking for reliable HVAC professionals, look no further than Anne and Bartram Heating and Cooling. Whether you need a routine maintenance check or an emergency repair on a heating or cooling unit, Anne and Bartram are available to handle all of your heating, cooling, and ventilation needs. Anne and Bartram strive to be the best, so call them today at 317-889-9574. They even have 24/7 emergency service. Call them today, Anne and Bartram, 317-889-9574.
At Kids Abilities, we believe in one simple truth: no limits, only possibilities. Our dedicated team offers pediatric occupational, speech, and feeding therapy focused on sensory regulation, building intrinsic motivation, and making meaningful connections for children from birth to 21. We go beyond therapy. We support families, celebrate achievements, and unlock each child's fullest potential. Kids Abilities, where possibilities become realities. Visit kidsabilitiesindiana.com or call to learn more today.
Family owned and operated since 1971, O'Reilly Branson Funeral Service and Crematory has been dedicated to serving families with the utmost dignity and compassion. The staff at O'Reilly Branson are experts in pre-planning, cremation, and at-need funeral arrangements and have a long history of supporting your Roncalli Royals. Your wishes are honored to the finest detail, allowing you to celebrate the life and cherished memories of your loved ones. For more information, visit O'ReillyBranson.com. O'Reilly Branson, where our Catholic family serves your Catholic family.
Score big for Roncalli every time you swipe with Indiana Members Credit Union. When you use your IMCU Royals debit card for everyday purchases, you're helping fund Roncalli High School athletics with every signature-based transaction. Get your Roncalli Royals debit card free with your free IMCU checking account. Stop by your Southside branch at 5047 Madison Avenue or any IMCU branch near you, or sign up online at imcu.com. Swipe, support, repeat. Go Royals!
Here is everything you missed from this year's Circle of Faith Distinction Dinner. On Thursday, September 18th, we welcomed over 400 guests to the Ascension St. Vincent Gymnasium to celebrate with our Roncalli family. Guests enjoyed performances from our Royal Rhapsody Show Choir and a young alumna testimonial by 2022 alumna Lauren Turk. But the main event was the honoring of the 2025 award winners. First, we honored Linda Newsom as Volunteer of the Year for her tireless efforts with the St. Vincent de Paul Food Pantry and our Appalachia mission trip. From the class of 2012, Francesca La Rosa Rohrer is a rising star in the world of Catholic music. She received the Royal Award for her outstanding and worldwide ministry. Beth Reel received an honorary alumna award for her 21 years of commitment to our students' academic success. Vic Som also received an honorary alumnus award. He was recognized for his many years as an assistant coach for our girls' basketball team and his dedication to the Roncalli community. A member of Chartrand class of 1966 and the Sisters of Providence, Sister Barbara McClelland was recognized as Alumna of the Year. She is being recognized for her impact on the local community through her ministry, Miracle Place. And finally, another member of the Chartrand class of 1966, Monsignor Joseph Shadle, received the St. John the 23rd Award for his unwavering lifetime dedication to our Catholic community. The evening concluded with a few words from President Chuck Weisenbach, who shared our plans for this year's Circle of Faith Annual Fund. These plans include enhancing needs-based tuition assistance, growing our endowment, and enriching our faculty and staff. We're also thrilled to announce a new green space project to transform the west end of our school into a beautiful picnic area for our students. The dinner was a tremendous success, and we're excited to continue our mission with your support. Join us in making a difference. Your continued support is a vital part of our ongoing process of preparing young people for life and providing them with the whole Roncalli experience, the one inspired by St. John the 23rd himself.
Marian University wants to know, what are you made of? At Marian University, our students are made of character and faith. Our students are service-minded and want to make a difference in the world. Our students possess the skills and intellect required of leaders. Come to Marian University, Indy's premier Catholic university, and let us help you find out what you're made of. You can apply for free today at marian.edu.
Discover the coin index in Greenwood. Have you inherited a coin collection you aren't sure what to do with? Are you interested in investing in precious metals? Then the coin index is your ultimate destination for coins and precious metals. We buy, sell, and appraise. Located at 857 North Madison Avenue, just south of the Greenwood Park Mall. For expert service and top-notch selection, visit us at coinindex.com. The Coin Index, your trusted partner in coins and precious metals.
Score big for Roncalli every time you swipe with Indiana Members Credit Union. When you use your IMCU Royals debit card for everyday purchases, you're helping fund Roncalli High School athletics with every signature-based transaction. Get your Roncalli Royals debit card free with your free IMCU checking account. Stop by your Southside branch at 5047 Madison Avenue or any IMCU branch near you, or sign up online at imcu.com. Swipe, support, repeat. Go Royals!
Family owned and operated since 1971, O'Reilly Branson Funeral Service and Crematory has been dedicated to serving families with the utmost dignity and compassion. The staff at O'Reilly Branson are experts in pre-planning, cremation, and at-need funeral arrangements, and have a long history of supporting your Roncalli Royals. Your wishes are honored to the finest detail, allowing you to celebrate the life and cherished memories of your loved ones. For more information, visit O'ReillyBranson.com. O'Reilly Branson, where our Catholic family serves your Catholic family.
Prepare yourself for scary good savings this month from Peterman Brothers. Don't let the autumn chill bite this October. All month when you install a qualifying heating and cooling system with Peterman, the furnace is free. Take advantage of this fantastic deal before it disappears.
Visit PetermanHVAC.com to schedule your free furnace installation today.
Peterman Brothers, where great service runs in the family.
Harding Poorman is a full-service printing and brand communications company. From creative services and strategy to print, signage, digital output, warehousing and fulfillment, mailing, e-commerce storefronts, and even mobile solutions. They are dedicating to helping their clients get the most out of their brand communication efforts with the quality they can see and results they can be sure of. Get the most out of your brand communications. Certified to be the best, Harding Poorman.
When it comes to physical therapy, you have the freedom to choose your provider. At Indiana Physical Therapy, our experienced therapists will work with you to create a personalized treatment plan tailored to your needs. Whether you're recovering from injury, managing a chronic condition, or looking to improve your sports performance, we've got you covered. Take control of your health and schedule your appointment today at indianapt.com or call us at 317-449-2333.
Welcome back to Bob Tully Field. That about puts a bow on the O'Reilly Branson halftime show. Roncalli in front, 15-0 over East Central. The Trojans will get the ball to start the second half. Kevin Bonnet will be back alongside myself, Jimmy Cook, for the start of the third quarter. And we return on the Roncalli Media Network.
Since 1947, Indianapolis Fruit has been delivering the freshest fruits, vegetables, and flowers to Midwestern retailers, bringing quality and trust to every produce aisle. With over 170 refrigerated trucks, a premium supply chain, and more than 3,000 SKUs, including organic, ethnic, artisan, and gourmet grab-and-go options. We provide a full-service experience from farm to market. Indianapolis Fruit. Produce a fresh experience.
Are you looking for a company that cares about meeting your financial needs? Werner Financial is the place for you. Our owner, Jason Werner, is a proud Roncalli member of the class of 2005 and has extensive knowledge and experience ensuring your investments are customized to fit your goals. The Werner Financial team is one that works for you and will handle your assets with precision and confidence. Our goal is for you to not only feel secure in your finances, but also to see real growth. Visit wernerfinancial.com to set up your meeting today and get started on your financial future.
Whether you're heading out of town or just need trusted care for your pets, look no further than the Kennel at Arbor Lane. With spacious indoor and outdoor accommodations, a caring staff, and a commitment to treating every dog like family, the Kennel at Arbor Lane is where pets feel right at home. From short stays to extended boarding, your four-legged friends will be safe, happy, and loved. Give yourself peace of mind and your pets the care they deserve. The Kennel at Arbor Lane, a proud supporter of Roncalli Athletics. Visit thekennelatarbor.com to learn more.
Marian University wants to know, what are you made of? At Marian University, our students are made of character and faith. Our students are service-minded and want to make a difference in the world. Our students possess the skills and intellect required of leaders. Come to Marian University, Indy's premier Catholic university, and let us help you find out what you're made of. You can apply for free today at marian.edu.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the Roncalli Media Network, a student-run broadcast giving you all the sights and sounds of Royal Athletics.
Welcome back to Bob Tully Field. Start of the third quarter here on the Roncalli Media Network with Kevin Bonich. I'm Jimmy Cook. Roncalli in front of East Central, 15-0 in this, the regular season finale. And this senior night, of course, a shout-out to all of our seniors. Royals get set to kick this thing off to East Central. They'll operate left to right in your mind's eye. But, Kevin, also, if I'm not mistaken, a shout-out to the 1985 state champion Roncalli Rebels, victorious back in 85.
A lot of rich tradition on this football field, and we got to see some legends here tonight at halftime and recognize their incredible achievement, the foundation they built that continues here. The pride of Roncalli continues on for what they established 40 years ago. We see that continue with our players today.
A tip of the cap to all of those members as Luthane gets his leg into one. Flags fly initially, though, or just an official stoppage. There is a flag on the far side, so we were correct on that. That'll likely be on the kicking team, you'd think, for leaving early, so Roncalli will bump things back. I want to remind you that it's now time for the Royal Roll Call. Can't be at the game tonight. You can still cheer on your Royals with a shout-out on the Roncalli Media Network. And while RMN keeps you connected when you're away, the Kennel at Arbor Lane gives you peace of mind knowing your pets are safe and cared for. The Kennel at Arbor Lane, where pets feel at home and Royals fans stay connected. Proud supporter of Roncalli Athletics. So the Kennel at Arbor Lane sponsors this segment. If you'd like a shout-out, you can tweet me at @TheJCook. You can tweet me at, let me put the thinking cap on, _RHS_principal_. Is that do I have all that right?
I think so.
Or if you have the bat phone for myself or Kevin Bonich, you can text our cells as well. But if you'd like a shout-out during the third quarter, bat signal's up. Now is that time. As Luthane will kick this off after the penalty yardage from his own 35, and he will give a sky kick to the 30. That will roll out of bounds, and penalty flags will fly again as we set up for the first drive of the second half.
If I could endorse the kennel on Arbor Lane, that's where we had two dogs. Now we have one, but that is where we have boarded our dogs throughout the course of the year. They're the best. They are the best.
That's all I've heard is 5-star, high level.
It's not just an advertisement. I will throw in my endorsement.
I love it.
They are the best.
First one rolling in. A shout-out to Roncalli Media Network alum Andrew Mason. He is watching and listening from his dorm room at Ball State. Chirp, chirp, Andrew. Always good to hear from you. We'll get a re-kick, so they'll bump Roncalli back a little further on the penalty yardage. And not kick this way. It's the first time this season I've seen a team do that, make you kick it again and kick it further on the penalty yardage versus just taking the ball with the penalty yardage to boot. So now we'll bump this up to the 30. And what does Luthane do here? You would think he probably tries to once again sandwich it in between the 30 and 35 where that big gap is. But we will see. Ethan Feldkamp back deep to receive. Should Luthane choose that path? Gavin trots up to it and will boot it deep over the head of everybody. It's going to be taken at the 5, and here come the Trojans operating left to right. They'll fall down to the 15. Ball is out. Royals have it. Let's see if this is going to be down by contact or a strip and a fumble recovery. It is down by contact. The Royals thought they had totally turned the tide on this game, but instead, Trojans will have it. Give credit to Gavin Luthane. All that penalty yardage, he said, I'll just do it myself. Kick that all the way to the 5. It'll be 1st and 10 from the touchback zone, basically the 20 for East Central. What a kick.
Oh, my. Oh, if you would have told me all of that happened and then that East Central was going to start the ball on the 19.
How about it?
How about that? I mean, that erases all the penalties.
Yep.
Like East Central's like, oh, we're going to get good starting. Nope.
It's a whose line is it anyway?
Yeah.
Everything's made up, but the points don't matter there, Kev. Handoff to Bellman, and this matters. He's at the 30, 35, 40. Early ball's out again. Royals to it. They have it. And let's see, they're called down by contact again for the second to play. Now we got chippiness. We got flags flying, likely going to be on Brody Heidelberger, who threw a forearm at Feldkamp. If the Royals are lucky, it's offsetting, but I think it's going to go on Heidelberger. I hope I'm wrong, but that happened directly below us. First call is going to be down by contact, much to the dismay of the Royals faithful below us. Second, I think, is going to be unsportsmanlike on Roncalli. Let's see if I'm right. So he's down on the ground. It's unsportsmanlike conduct on Heidelberger. Nope, wait, it's going to be offsetting. All right, so the Royals, it had been chippy throughout the night. I'll let you take it from there, Kev. But Feldkamp and Heidelberger wind up with offsettings, and it'll be a 1st and 10 after that's all said and done for East Central.
Throw the red flag. I know you can't, but I just watched the replay. Kudos to our video.
Ball was out?
Here. Ball seemed out. Seems that way. I throw the red flag if this is NFL. I do not. We got to control the games. The refs have got to control this game. These are two highly passionate football teams. We got to make sure we're getting in there at the end of each play.
It's a 20-yard gain from Bellman and a triple reverse to the right side for Selhorst. He gets to the 45, and he's deep cleated after the gain of 5. Second and medium. Couple Royals around there, Sweezy and Horton among them.
Ben Sweezy did not fall for that. That was a lot of work to pick up 5 yards.
That's how you want it to be. Want to make them work for everything. Maple looks to the sidelines. Nolan is 3 of 9 on the day for 40 yards to the air. 2 wide receivers to the left and 1 to the right. 2-step drop. Maple throws left side in the flat. It's caught near the line to gain by Trevor Perkins. He will have the first down. The chains will move. What a weird start to this half.
A very strange. It almost would feel like it's like the beginning of the game and we all had a bye. I mean, whatever happened during halftime.
Everything feels sluggish. Maple looks to the sidelines. Ball far hash. 1st and 10 from the 50. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Bellman is tailback. Maple, hard count. Play action. He'll roll to his light. Looking. Throws in the flat. Catch is made by Perkins again. And he'll get deep into Roncalli territory all the way to the Royals' 35. It's a gain of 15. 1st and 10 Trojans. This best drive of the game for them to open this third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, they're moving quickly here. They got a little bit of tempo to the offense, but they're moving.
2 wide receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Maple in the gun. Takes the snap. Handoff, left side. Bellman trying to find the edge. He will find nothing and like it. Couple of Royals there. Brody Heidelberger finishing it off. Loss of a yard. 2nd and 11.
Yeah, I mean, settle down. They've run the double reverse, run some good play action. The nice thing is our run defense has been so solid that it's forcing East Central to throw. And let's see if they can throw it all the way down the field.
2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ball sits at the far hash. 2nd and 11 from the Roncalli 35. Trojans send a man in motion. It's an option to Bellman. Left side, full head of steam. Walks down the sideline, has the first down and more. All the way to the Roncalli 23, I believe is where they'll mark him down. It's a gain of 12. Move the chains for the Trojans.
Yeah, they keep running that speed option to the boundary, which means the safety's got to come down. That's a long way to run, and it's a hard tackle to make, but it's got to be the safety coming down to take care of the pitch man.
Ben Sweezy there to finally force him out. Ball far hash, condensed formation after the gain of 13. 1st and 10 for the Roncalli 22. Rolling play action, pressure coming, airing it out downfield. Bellman's all alone, but he overshot him by about 10 yards than Maple. They went with a kind of wheel route delayed on the play action with Bellman, but he overshot him 2nd down.
Yeah, I mean, they are throwing everything they possibly can at Roncalli right now with everything in their playbook.
1st and 10 From the 22, ball far hash. Movement along the trenches, and I believe it's going to be a false start against the Trojans. They flinched with Roncalli shifting along the line, bumped things back. Second down.
Would like to give a shout-out here to my family. I know they're at home listening, but a huge shout-out. Best wife, so supportive of all the things that I get to do, all the hours that I'm here. It's critical to have a supportive wife, but also shout-out to my daughter, Josie, and my son, James. He hopefully is in bed. Just lost a tooth here during that second quarter, so go to bed, buddy. Go to bed.
Of natural causes or in celebration for how well the Royals looked in the second quarter? Do we have confirmation on that?
Natural causes.
That's good. Two wide receivers to the right and one to the left. Handoff delayed to Bellman. Extra effort, lowers the shoulder. He's at the 13, near the line to gain. Second and short around the corner.
I mean, this is the first time all night we've seen them be the aggressor and move at the point of attack, where they're starting to move our interior defensive line.
Roncalli trying to get bodies off the field for this 3rd and 2. Royals stack the line. Quick pass, deflected in the air, falls incomplete. Looked like it was Dom Nelson that got his paw on that. Also near there was Landon Scott, whoever it was. It was up for grabs. Royals could not pluck it out of the air, and now it's 4th and 2. Big decision times for the Trojans. They've already missed a field goal tonight, and they're not worried about 3 points. They're going heavy set. They want a first down and 6. 4th and 2, and they got the Royals to flinch. Encroachment on Roncalli, they'll get the first down for free.
That's what we talked about, keys to the game, alignment, assignment. They go to that flex bone offense, and they get us with a little motion.
Well, the Royals average just 4 penalties a game. They're over that tonight for a total of 5, though the yardage hasn't killed them. Roughly 38 yards a game given up to penalties, 29 so far tonight, but it does keep this drive alive. Condensed formation, the wishbone. They'll go direct up the middle to Bellman. He goes nowhere. Bodies are flying in there, and some shoving going on as well, but the play is blown dead. Should be noted that encroachment happened at the 10 a couple plays ago, so it's 1st and goal on that play. Call it a gain of 9, so for 2nd and goal now from the 9.
Nice job. I mean, that's basic dive. Everybody's got to know what their assignment is when they get under center to run this flex bone. A lot of different things can happen. Now they go bunch trips.
2nd and 9. 2nd and goal from the 9. Maple pitches to Bellman. Right side, lowers his shoulder, and a good open space tackle made there by Brody Heidelberger.
Yeah,
3rd and goal from the 4.
Going bunch trips to the field, but making that bunch trips really tight, and they're just trying to condense everything down to try to get a sweep to the outside.
2 wide receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. Shotgun look for Maple. Bellman is tailback. Play action, rolls right, has a man wide open, he'll pump fake, try to take it himself and walk into the end zone. Maple has his 5th rushing touchdown of the season, and more importantly for the Trojans, they're on the board and have a life. It's 15-6 with 8:11 to go in this 3rd quarter. Not to be too dramatic, but a game-turning or at the very least game-saving drive. Gotta have it drive for the Trojans to open this second half.
Mighty Mo with mojo is a big deal in high school football, and it has returned to the East Central Trojans with that drive.
Caney on for the PAT. Missed a 42-yarder earlier tonight. Good snap. Good hold. His PAT is good. 8:11 to play in this 3rd quarter. Trojans on the board, but Roncalli still leads 15-7. They'll get the ball when we come back on the Roncalli Media Network.
When it comes to physical therapy, you have the freedom to choose your provider. At Indiana Physical Therapy, our experienced therapists will work with you to create a personalized treatment plan tailored to your needs. Whether you're recovering from injury, managing a chronic condition, or looking to improve your sports performance, we've got you covered. Take control of your health and schedule your appointment today at indianapt.com or call us at 317-449-2333.
Score big for Roncalli every time you swipe with Indiana Members Credit Union. When you use your IMCU Royals debit card for everyday purchases, you're helping fund Roncalli High School athletics with every signature-based transaction. Get your Roncalli Royals debit card free with your free IMCU checking account. Stop by your Southside branch at 5047 Madison Avenue or any IMCU branch near you. or sign up online at imcu.com. Swipe, support, repeat. Go Royals!
Welcome back to Bob Tully Field with Kevin Bonich. I'm Jimmy Cook. 8:11 to play in this third quarter. 15-7 Roncalli leads. They're waiting to receive this kick. See if there's any trickery of the onside variety by East Central for Liam Cox, their kickoff specialist. Now they get more set in a standard kickoff formation. That would lead you to believe they're going to kick it deep with Ben Sweezy and Carrington Pitts back deep to receive. And indeed, it will be a kick deep that Sweezy is going to lose and let roll to the end zone for a touchback. Boy, at the next level, that would have been treacherous.
That would have been.
Here, not so much, just a touchback.
Just a touchback.
So ball to the 20, and they will set up shop there. Shout out to the Baker clan, both Zach and Zane tuning in. Zane says, that's why Kevin had done that. I don't know what's happening. We're getting tweets from the locker room, apparently. We want that pizza. The O-line hungry for recognition tonight. You'd mentioned that at halftime, how it's not often that the linemen get the type of love that they need. You need it on this drive to be certain, Kev.
Absolutely.
Ash, direct snap. He'll pick up 3.
Little empty set to kind of see what they line up in, and it's just a simple counting game. If Colin feels like he's got leverage or we can outnumber them on either side of the ball, he's going to get rid of it with a little spot pass or bubble. If not, and he feels like the box is light, he's going to go ahead and run it.
Do you remember when Shaq did that? Shaq famously was tweeting on the bench when Twitter first got set up and got suspended, and it became a thing where, or he got fined, and it became a thing where you can't do that anymore. Like the NBA was quickly like, no, we're not going to be live tweeting games. Handoff up the middle to Dozier. That'll go for a couple. We'll call it 3rd and 5.
That should be allowed. That should be allowed. Who would not want Shaquille O'Neal?
I'm with you. But, and of course, it would be Shaq to press those buttons. But I remember it was during his Boston stint, like the very tail end, and Twitter had just come out like a year or two earlier, maybe right at that time, and he was tweeting during the game. They're like, no, we're not doing this. Like, we can't possibly have this. 3rd and 4, they'll call it for Roncalli from their own 26-yard line. Ash, a hard count. 7 minutes to play in this third quarter, 15-7. Roncalli leading by 8. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Dozier the tailback for Ash. Ball sits in between the hashes. Colin, handoff. Dozier, he's blown back. Nowhere to go. A loss of 2 on the play, and the Royals suffer their first 3 and out of the night.
Momentum. It's hard to stop. Once it gets going, it is now on the East Central side. Critical punt here. Critical punt.
Well, you need Luthane in a big way here. Gavin holds the second longest kick in program history, a 74-yarder last year. Long back deep to receive for East Central. Flags fly. It'll be a false start on Roncalli, so they'll bump it back further. But if we're basing things off of trends, there was 30 yards of penalties handed out before the last kickoff Roncalli had to do, and that wound up in a touchback. So don't underestimate the leg of Gavin Luthane, but it's still a big ask here. And a Roncalli group that, while they haven't had the issues in recent weeks, have had some holes that have allowed for block attempts in their punting game.
Field position is going to be huge here.
Yep. Luthane stands at his own 5. Long stands at his own 40. High snap. Luthane gathers it, takes a breath. It's a skying kick that needs a Roncalli bounce. It won't get it. It'll take an East Central bounce and roll all the way to the 40-yard line. Opportunity knocks. Will East Central's offense answer the call again, or will Roncalli's defense be able to thwart them? 5:39 to play in this third quarter. 15-7 Roncalli, but Uncle Mo, or Uncle Momentum, as Kevin outlined, swiftly now on the side of the Trojans. 1st and 10 from the Roncalli 41.
It is so funny when momentum happens. I mean, the football doesn't actually know, but you feel like it does.
Yeah.
When that momentum is on East Central's side,
can do no wrong.
They get the bounce on the punt.
2 wide receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Ball near hash, 1st and 10 for the 41. Maple with Bellman as his tailback. A hard count. Now looks towards the sidelines. East Central changing things to the line of scrimmage. Now Maple setting the gun. Handoff. Bellman up the middle. He'll be pushed forward for a gain of about 4. Second down.
A little bit of chess match happening here between their OC and our DC in terms of what's happening pre-snap. They're adjusting, making adjustments. We're adjusting. We're moving linebackers around. A little bit of a chess match here.
East Central getting set for this 2nd and 6 from the 37. East Central had 76 yards total offense in the first half, 161 total for the game now. 90 yards just here in this third quarter alone. Handoff, pitch to Bellman, left side. He'll dive forward and get the first down out to the Roncalli 30. Drive continues for EC.
Their speed option's been their best running play all night long. I mean, if there's a reason we run the triple. There's a reason we run the option. There's a reason so many teams run the option. That is why it is just a difficult play to play defense against.
2 wide receivers to the right side and 1 to the left. Ball far hash. 1st and 10 from the 31. Maple a hard count. Now changes things with offensive linemen. 15 on the play clock. A third quarter dominated so far by the Trojans the same way the Royals dominated the first. Snap, handoff, Bellman, right side, keeps his legs churning out to the 26. A gain of 5, 2nd and medium.
We're getting there in our run fits. You just got to finish tackles, and we're starting to see piles falling the wrong way. Their running backs able to fall forward.
And you hope Roncalli is able to get their sea legs back underneath him and push the tide the other way. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right on this 2nd and 5 from the Roncalli 26. 2-step drop. Maple, pressure coming. He'll roll right. Maple has grass in front of him, going to tuck it and run. Spins, lowers his shoulder, and he's speared at the 24. What an open field tackle by Luke Baker. Prevented him from picking up the first down and makes it instead 3rd and 2.
That was like a 1987 tackle.
Was.
I mean, that was.
Yep. Goldberg or Edge, if you're looking for a couple wrestling references there. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right on this 3rd and 2. A hard count from Maple. And now he'll look towards the sidelines. Royals would love to force a decision here. Maple, handoff, Bellman, right side, turns upfield. He won't get there, and there'll be a hold as well. Well, he will get there, but the holding call that the Royal faithful have been asking for is going to negate that and make this a much longer 3rd down for East Central.
Common thing to hear from the crowd and the coaching staff and all the players is, there was a hold, there was a hold. That one, definitely a hold.
Yep. Well, the old adage in the NFL is there could be a hold on every play if you really sat down and were nitpicking. This time it is a hold. They're going to find Logan Collier, the right tackle, is the guilty party. So it makes it now 3rd and 12. What was 3rd and 2 after the 10-yard penalty is assessed, though over the middle looks and slant routes through the air have benefited the Trojans throughout the night. We'll see if they do that here. Maple, 3-step drop, pot collapses. He'll take a shot downfield over the shoulder. Had his man with some steps in Trevor Perkins, but overshot him. And with where it is on the field, you figure even it's 4th and 12, the Trojans will probably go for this. No, Kevin?
I think they have to. I'm surprised by the 3rd and long call. I mean, normally you're thinking just get out of 3rd and long, get to 3rd and medium.
Yeah, 2 plays, right.
But, I mean, they took an absolute shot there for the end zone.
An overthrow, though, and the Royals now looking for a big stop. The Royals had a turnover on downs. They're trying to respond with a turnover on downs of their own defensively. 4th and 12. Bellman, pump fake, over the shoulder throw, in coverage, PI. Give Feldkamp credit. The senior saw the ball was underthrown, but he also saw Baker didn't have his head around. And Kevin, correct me if I'm wrong, he did what all wideouts are taught to do. Make a play on the ball, run into the defender. You're going to get that call 9 times out of 10, and he gets it there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an underthrown ball. It's 100% a penalty, and it's 100% my least favorite penalty that exists.
I'm with you. Yep.
When it's an underthrown ball and the defender doesn't know where it is because it's directly behind him, and the offensive player tries to run back through him, it's going to get called, as you said, 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100.
Yep.
And that's just an unfortunate thing. They ran a little – hitch and go. You got to know where the sticks are in that situation. They were going to run a 4-yard hitch. You got to just let them have that and know that it's 4th and 12. They're going to go deep.
Now it's 1st and 10 for the Roncalli 18. Handoff, Bellman left side, stuffed. Jumping from behind to make that tackle was Nolan Denny. Gain of 3, 2nd down.
This is a nearly complete flip of the script of what the first quarter looked like.
I was thinking the same thing.
We've had 3 offensive plays?
Yep. Just a 3 and out. Exactly what Roncalli did to East Central in the first quarter. 2:25 left in this third quarter. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. The center man in motion on 2nd and 7 from the Roncalli 15. Bellman, Maple, I beg your pardon, screen pass left side, and it's going to be no gain on the play. Kevin wanted Maple, I believe, to be called down before he threw that ball.
The receiver, he went down, caught it on a knee. Once again, we don't need a delayed call on that. Like, you got to be on top of that game management-wise, blowing the whistle dead.
There is an injured Royal on the far side. Based on the stretching pose that's going on there, it is believed to be a cramp. We will stay here with 2:05 to play in the third quarter. Roncalli in front, 15-7. But East Central, like you mentioned, Kevin, they've completely flipped this game upside down. I mean, you look back at the first half numbers, Roncalli time possession, 16 minutes and 42 seconds to 7 minutes and 18 seconds. It's now 19 minutes in front of Roncalli, but 11 minutes for East Central. And all of that taking place for the most part here in this third quarter. They've dominated the time possession just like the Royals did in the opening frame of this ball game. And they're able to capitalize. The script becomes flipped, and East Central can maybe tie this ball game up.
Yeah, our defense is going to start to get tired. Our offense is going to start to get heavy legs by just waiting around on the sideline. It just builds on itself.
3rd and 10 for the Roncalli 18. Handoff, Bellman, right side, a jump cut. Makes a man miss. Keeps going near the line to gain. He'll be about 2 yards short. 4th and 2 upcoming for the Trojans. The Roncalli defense, not a complete gotta-have-it stop, but you need to switch the momentum somewhere. Royals show pressure. Maple, a hard count, does not get them to jump. And I think Roncalli's going to take a timeout here. They had a late sub off. Take a timeout. We'll take one as well. 96 seconds to play in the third quarter. It's been dominated by the Trojans. Roncalli still leads 15-7, but a big 4th down and 3 upcoming for East Central. We come back in 30 seconds on RMN.
At Kids Abilities, we believe in one simple truth: no limits, only possibilities. Our dedicated team offers pediatric occupational, speech, and feeding therapy focused on sensory regulation, building intrinsic motivation, and making meaningful connections for children from birth to 21. We go beyond therapy. We support families, celebrate achievements, and unlock each child's fullest potential. Kids Abilities, where possibilities become realities. Visit kidsabilitiesindiana.com or call to learn more today.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the Roncalli Media Network, a student-run broadcast giving you all the sights and sounds of Royal
Welcome
Athletics.
back to Bob Tully Field. Welcome back to Bob Tully Field with Kevin Bonich. I'm Jimmy Cook. 4th and 3 upcoming for East Central from the Roncalli 11. Royals lead at 15-7 on the Marian University scoreboard with 1:36 to play in a third quarter, dominated by East Central. 2 wide receivers to the right and 1 to the left. Bellman, the tailback for Maple, in the gun. He'll take it himself. Fake left, dives forward. He's stopped. Let's wait for the mark. East Central says first. Roncalli says no. Far side official says turnover on downs. Let's wait for the official indication. Still waiting for it. Every Roncalli call so far tonight has taken an hour and a half, but there it is. The Royals have turned them away on 4th down, and maybe momentum shifts now to Roncalli, Kev.
What have we said? The best running play they've had all night is speed option to the boundary. What did they run? Speed option to the boundary. What did we run? Boundary, corner, blitz. Blew that play up from the very beginning. Great defensive call. Great defensive call there. A huge stop for the Royals.
Just to outline that again, time possession for Roncalli was plus 9 minutes at half. It's now only plus 4. That's how much East Central dominated this third quarter, but thankfully no points there. Handoff, Dozier up the middle, goes nowhere. Call it maybe a yard, 2nd and 9. And correction, that was Jarvis, the tailback.
Yeah, I mean, you've only had 4 plays called this second half, but got to be looking in terms of getting back to what worked in that first half.
And you need an extended drive. Yeah. Ignore points for a second to get your defense a little bit of rest. Like, you need something to reset the tide.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it'd be huge here if we can ensure that we can just get to the end of the quarter.
50 seconds left in the quarter, to be exact. 2nd and 9 from their own 10. Ash sends a man in motion. 2-step drop. Collin has a man with the step. It's Dillon, and the defender never came back to look at the ball, and the officials are not going to make that call. Dillon had a defender draped all over him. The corner in Nadine Houston never looked back at the ball. I said 9 times out of 10 it gets called. There's your one. No PI for Roncalli, 3rd and 9.
Took the words out of my mouth. You said 9 times out of 10. I said 99 times out of 100. No. That is the single time. He maybe got his head around at the very end, but there's no denying
I don't think you bail out, right, yes. when you're draped all over and, let me get my head back, right? Like, it's tough.
I agree.
So it'll be 3rd and 9 for Roncalli. Worse yet, clock is stopped. 44 seconds to play in this third quarter. Ash, handoff. Jarvis, not going to get close. And the Royals are going to be forced to punt this ball back to East Central when we start the fourth quarter. The clock will run down should Roncalli choose to do so. But the Royal defense rest is just going to be through a quarter break and a couple of plays. East Central comes out swinging to start this third quarter, to start this second half. And it's been all for them so far. But I don't expect Luthane, assuming they've emphasized to him where we are in this ball game, him to kick this before the start of the fourth. Maybe I'm way wrong on that. No, I'm not. The hands are out by the coaching staff. Let's pause, and we'll do this on the other side. 3 quarters down, 1 quarter to go in this, the regular season finale on senior night. Wait, hold on. We have a penalty flag against the Royals for false start. Oh, my. I don't know if it was because the Royals were getting up to go head to the sideline or what the call was there. I thought there were 000s before that flag flew. Well, and if that's correct me if I'm wrong on this, Kevin, that can stop the clock. So now you got to run this play before the quarter ends.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is did we get set, put a hand down, and then pick it back up? I didn't see it. I thought we were at zeros.
But again, now it's an untimed down, though.
Untimed down, and you don't get to the
And
quarter.
Luthane is in the end zone. What a shift here. Long stands at the 45 of Roncalli, and Luthane all the way in the Roncalli end zone to punt this away, and they're going to have to because it's an untimed down. What an unfortunate turn of events. And Luthane's got to know where he is. He has no room for a high snap, no room to make anything up. This has to be perfect execution. Oh, no, okay. They put time back on the clock, so the Royals will at least get a brief reprieve. They're still going to have to deal with these circumstances, but they'll do it to start the fourth because they added time back for when the false start happened. So we'll go to the fourth quarter, 3 quarters down. 1 quarter to go in a havoc-based game from Bob Tully Field. 15-7 Roncalli on the Marian University scoreboard. Big punt upcoming by Roncalli to start the fourth on RMN.
Since 1988, McGee & Company Fine Jewelers has been Greenwood's trusted, family-owned jeweler, helping you celebrate life's most memorable moments. From bridal sales and insurance appraisals to custom designs and expert repairs, we're a full-service jewelry store with an extensive showroom of fine fashion and bridal jewelry. And if you don't see exactly what you're dreaming of, our award-winning designers will create it just for you. McGee & Company Fine Jewelers, built on service, dedicated to quality. Visit us at 880 U.S. Highway 31 North in Greenwood, just across from the Greenwood Park Mall, or online at mcgeejewelers.com.
Family-owned and operated since 1971, O'Reilly Branson Funeral Service and Crematory has been dedicated to serving families with the utmost dignity and compassion. The staff at O'Reilly Branson are experts in pre-planning, cremation, and at-need funeral arrangements, and have a long history of supporting your Roncalli Royals. Your wishes are honored to the finest detail, allowing you to celebrate the life and cherished memories of your loved ones. For more information, visit O'ReillyBranson.com. O'Reilly Branson, where our Catholic family serves your
Welcome
Catholic
back to
family.
Bob Tully Field. 4th and 11 upcoming for Roncalli. Luthane's punt deep in his own end zone is his best of the night. A skying punt that's going to be taken at midfield to the 45, all the way to the 40 for long before he's tackled out of bounds. There is a flag, likely in the area of holding against East Central. 2 flags now fly. That's concerning. We'll clean up that laundry in a moment.
It should be block in the back, holding.
I hope that's all it is, but
there should be more
my
laundry
trust is
on the
waning
field.
In this crew as the night goes on.
I mean, there were 2 blatant blocks in the back.
We might give him a microphone next year. We'll see if we have that in the budget. But our rules expert and statistician, Matt Heinekamp, gave Kevin the explanation for why that was a false start on Roncalli. We'll get to that in a second. It is indeed a block in the back and a hold, so Roncalli get to choose which one they want to assess. But we did get confirmation on what happened in the final moments of that third quarter before Luthane's punt.
Yeah, I mean, what we think is...
Or at least our best guess, anyway.
Our best guess is we got down thinking that we were going to punt it, and then possibly the center, possibly somebody else had gotten into a stance and then removed their hands from the ball or got out of their stance, and then that's what they threw the penalty on.
So the Royals then, that happened with still time on the clock, so they ran the clock afterwards and then obviously just had their punt. Now we're back to the current penalties assessed. 10-yard penalty on East Central on the return, so they'll wind up assessing that, and they'll have it at their own 49. Down 8 with 11:49 to play in this fourth quarter. Roncalli's defense has been able to rest for maybe 2 minutes of real game action. Maple in the gun, handoff Bellman, left to right, or right to left, I beg your pardon, but running left to right as he shifts towards the right side and can't find any green grass. Egan there on the tackle. Call it a gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, great play there by Frankie. Set the edge, nice tackle. Get him in 2nd and long.
Ball far hash on 2nd and 8. Maple a hard count. On Maple so far tonight, 6 for 15 for 58 yards. Bellman 19 carries for 116 yards on the ground. He's been stellar. 2-step drop on the snap. Maple rolling to his right, pot collapses, throws on the run, and throws it out of bounds in order to avoid harm's way. 3rd and 8.
Huge play, money down here. Got to get off the field.
Royals defense in need of that reprieve, as Kevin outlines there. Been a tale of 2 halves. Roncalli dominated time of possession in half number 1. So far this second half, through a quarter and 45 seconds and so, has been dominated by East Central. Royals trying to get him off the field here. 3rd and 8. 2 wide receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Ball far hash. Maple in the gun. Bellman to his right side. 2-step drop. Maple looking left. Throws over the middle. High pass incomplete. And in all likelihood, the Trojans will be forced to punt this away. Royals defense gets the stop they wanted.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big play. I think when you're in those situations, Dan Lauk and I coached a lot of football together, him as a defensive coordinator, me as an offensive coordinator. You get in these battles where it's like, look, I don't care if it's the offense picking up first downs or defense is getting 3 and out. Somebody has got to stop this so we can get our defense off the field and our offense can get some mojo. Either side has got to help each other out. That was a big stop for the defensive side.
Luke Baker will stand at the Roncalli 12 to receive this punt from long. It's a rugby-style spiral punt that's going to roll out of bounds to 5. What a dart. What an absolute dart of a punt. Tip the cap where it's due, and it is due there. Kevin, now that the field position is where it is for Roncalli, you need to have something that's, I don't care if there's points. I mean, obviously we want points, but I'm talking 12 plays, 6-7 minutes off the clock, 75 yards, something like that. If you get points, great, but just something that gives your defense rest, and then let everything else come to you.
Minimum here is 2 first downs.
All right.
Like the textbook minimum is get out of the shadow of your own end zone, 2 first downs, run some clock down, and we got to change the field position, get this ball out to at least the 30-yard line. That is what that is what the offense has to do in this situation.
8 for 11 so far tonight is Ash. The pitch pass to Toth. He's got to get out of the end zone. He will not. Safety. It was a pitch pass to Zach Dozier, to be specific. Couldn't tell from the far side, but it is a safety, and let's clean up what's happened here. With the safety, the 2-point try Roncalli got earlier in the game is not only off the board, it's now against you because a touchdown and an extra point wins the game for East Central. A lot of time left in this ball game, but that's important to be articulated right now.
Yes, and I think naturally on that sideline there's going to be that feeling of panic can set in. What you have to tell everybody is, look, you were not going to win this game with 15 points. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. This game was not going to end with you scoring 15 points at halftime and then it just being over. We got to go score more points. Defense has got to go get another stop here because now obviously it's everything we just were saying before about needing to get 2 first downs, giving our defense a break. That's now out the window. They now are going to go back on the field here. And field position-wise, because now you're going to kick it from your own 20. All those things are out the window. So guess what? Tough defense. We got to go rally the troops. We got to go get a stop. There's no other option. You can sit there and you can blame this, that, or another. But the bottom line is you got 11 minutes to go. You're up 6. We said this is a playoff-style game. You got to go get a stop. You're still up 6.
So the safety makes way for the safety punt, or the safety kick, as Luthane at his own 20 runs into this thing. It'll get to the East Central 20 and be taken there to the 25, 30, to the right side, 35, 40, before Feldkamp is finally brought down. The Roncalli defense, who's been hampered at times with injuries, but as Coach Otley will point out to you, so is everybody this time of year, needs another buckle-down drive after they got the stop they wanted, but then the offense, backed up deep in their own territory, commits the safety. Now Roncalli's leads down to 6 with 10:48 to play in this fourth quarter. It'll be 1st and 10 from the East Central own 43-yard line. That's the other thing. Great starting field position all in this second half for East Central.
Yeah, I'd love to know what their average starting point is this second half.
2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Handoff, Bellman up the middle. He'll push forward, easily gaining 10 yards, maybe 12. And he's still on his feet, still going all the way to the 38-yard line. It looked like he was in a wave of bodies that was going to be marked with forward progress at the 45 of Roncalli. That was not the case. He gets more yards after contact all the way to the Roncalli 40, 1st and 10 Trojans.
I mean, that's just flat-out inside zone and just a wall of East Central Trojans moving at the point of attack.
2 wide receivers to the left side and 1 to the right. Maple out of the shotgun. A motion man and Perkins. Handoff, Bellman, right side, cuts up field to the 35, near the 30. 2nd and short upcoming, depending on where the ball is marked. Just a ground and pound, relentless action up front in the trenches by East Central in the second half.
If you take the last 6 times Roncalli East Central have played each other, Roncalli leads the series 4-2. Total points in those games is 139 to 135. Trojans win by 4. If you thought this game was going to get to be a blowout, you don't know the history of East Central Roncalli.
Maple, reverse to the right side, trying to find the edge. They will. 25-20, 15. Finally forced out of bounds is Elijah Selhorst at the 13-yard line. 1st and 10, deep into Roncalli territory for East Central.
Said key to the game was alignment assignment, and you can start to see there's a little bit of guesswork that's happening. Our run fits are a little sloppy. You can tell we are tired. We are tired.
1st and 10 from the 15 of Roncalli for East Central. 9:33 to play in this fourth quarter. Royals clinging to a 15-9 lead. Handoff, Bellman up the middle. Keeps those shoulders turning, but he's brought down after a gain of 4, maybe 5. 2nd and medium. It will be 2nd and 5 at the Roncalli 10. They get it to the Roncalli 6, make it the Roncalli 5. They can move the chains one more time before goal-to-go situations. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Bellman to the right hip of Maple on this 2nd and 5. He'll keep it himself. Roll to the right, throws to the back of the end zone. Catch is made, but out of bounds. Feldkamp was forced out. Give credit to Brady Tiller, the corner in coverage, as that was an executed over-the-shoulder pass, but Tiller forces him out, and it's 3rd and 5.
All the things going against you right now do not matter on 3rd and 5 right now. You have got to get a stop. You got to think. You would think they'd run the ball. That's what I would think they would do. It's gut check time, fellas.
3rd and 5 from the Roncalli 10. 2 wide receivers to the right and 1 to the left. Maple looks to the sidelines, changes things to the line of scrimmage. His tailback is Bellman. Ball middle of the field. Handoff, Bellman, tackled from behind. A couple Royals were there. Jake Irwin, though, on his back to tackle him for little to no gain. It's 4th down. 4th and 3 upcoming. Trojans obviously going to go for it. A field goal really does you no good. I mean, it makes it a 3-point game. But with where the momentum is for them, they're going to keep with the hot hand. Royals looking to turn them away at their doorstep. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Bellman, the tailback. Maple hard counts. Now looks to the sideline for instructions with 10. He'll change things to the line. Back in the gun with 8, and a timeout comes late by Roncalli. We will stay here. 8:17 to play in this final quarter. 15-9, Roncalli leads by 6, thanks to the safety they committed their last possession. And now a huge, to this point, biggest play of the ball game, a huge 4th down upcoming for East Central. 4th and 3 from the Roncalli 8. Everything's been working for him, Kevin. What do you expect to see from East Central when they break this up?
Yeah, I mean, I was a little surprised by their 2nd and medium call where they went. I mean, they try to, go for a touchdown there. I would have thought it was just going to be 4 straight runs based on the way they've been running the ball. You got to think that's what they're going to do. The only concern that they've had, that speed option has been successful for them. We stopped it off a cornerback blitz. The other thing that's worked well for them is boot, and they get their H-back out in the flats and then the quarterback running downhill. That's been difficult to stop. That's what they scored a touchdown on.
So here we go. 4th and 3 from the 8. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Directly under center is Maple. Handoff Bellman, full head of steam, and the mark's going to say 1st and goal, Trojans. Bellman's been a workhorse tonight, and he delivers again with 8:12 to play in this ball game. 1st and goal from the 5. They went power. It paid off for him.
Yep, under center, power, just get downhill and pick up the 1st down.
Maple, once again under center. Bellman is tailback. 1st and goal from the 5. Ball's on the turf. Maple has it. He's tackled from behind. A botched snap is going to make this a loss of about 5, and it'll set up 2nd and goal from the 10.
All right, there's your negative play. You got to seize on that. It'll be intriguing here to see what they do in 2nd and long.
7:30 and counting left in this ball game. Feels like an eternity, but the way East Central has operated in this second half feels like no time at all. Called a loss of 3, 2nd and goal from the 8. Maple runs the option. Pitch right side. Bellman dives. He is going to pick up about 3, perhaps 4, 3rd and goal.
Yeah, I mean, we are right there. We are right there, but the difference in this half has been instead of tackling where they're falling on their back, I mean, that once again, that could have been a stop of maybe even a loss. Instead, it's a pickup of a couple.
3rd and goal from the 4. Approaching 7 minutes left in this ball game. 15-9 Roncalli. East Central can tie it with a score, take the lead with a PAT. Maple, handoff, Bellman, left side, goes forward, dives, 2nd effort, he's in. Touchdown, Trojans.
Oh, they're calling him short.
Let's wait for the signal. He dove into the end zone. I don't have the patience for these officials tonight. I hope I'm wrong. I hope he's short.
4th and an inch.
All right. So it took the officials, again, some time to communicate with one another.
Yes.
But they call him short. They're going to go under center. 4th and goal from the 1. Maple takes the snap, dives forward, pushes forward, he's in. Touchdown, Trojans. That one took no time at all. 6:27 to play in this ballgame. We're tied at 15, and East Central can take the lead with a successful point after try. Time possession advantage is gone. It's 21 minutes to Roncalli, 20 minutes and 33 seconds for East Central. A literal flip of the script, as you mentioned, Kevin, in this second half.
7 offensive plays for us.
If that. Canny on for the PAT. Good snap. Good hold. PAT is good. 6:27 to play in this final quarter. Trojans lead for the first time tonight, 16-15. Does the Royals have a rally within them? Find out when we come back on the Roncalli Media Network.
Since 1947, Indianapolis Fruit has been delivering the freshest fruits, vegetables, and flowers to Midwestern retailers, bringing quality and trust to every produce aisle. With over 170 refrigerated trucks, a premium supply chain, and more than 3,000 SKUs, including organic, ethnic, artisan, and gourmet grab-and-go options. We provide a full-service experience from farm to market. Indianapolis Fruit. Produce a fresh experience.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the Roncalli Media Network, a student-run broadcast giving you all the sights and sounds of Royal Athletics.
$11 plays, 57 yards, 4:27 off the clock. 1-yard touchdown run by Maple, his second of the ball game. The Trojans had the lead for the first time tonight, 16-15, 6:27 left in the fourth quarter. Says the Marian University scoreboard with Kevin Bonich. I'm Jimmy Cook. Royals got to answer. Sweezy back deep to receive, along with Carrington Pitts. As Liam Cox set to kick this one deep. Royals got to have an answer here. To this point, just 7, make it 11 total plays for Roncalli in this second half. It's a low kick. Sweezy has it at the 10. Operating left to right to the 20, and he'll be tackled at the 22. So Roncalli will set up shop. Average drive start for Roncalli was the 23 in the first half. The 18, their own 18 in the second half. For East Central, it was their own 20 in the first half, their own 32 in the second half. Been a tale of two halves by any metric you want to look at. But the Roncalli Royals can rewrite the script here. First and 10 from their own 22. 6:23 to play in this fourth quarter, down a point. 2 wide receivers to the left, none to the right. Ash, handoff. No, it's a pitch out to Toth to the 25, all the way to the 29. Nice gain to set up second and short.
Yep, good job, good start. The reality was 15 points was never going to win you this game. All those things can happen. Now you're back in control. Control your own destiny. Good start. Stay ahead of schedule.
They'll call it a gain of 7, so 2nd and 3 from the Roncalli 29. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Ash, a motion man in Toth. Handoff, Jarvis. He's met in the backfield for a loss. No, he fights forward still. Give him credit. He's going to turn that into a positive gain and maybe almost have the first down. Jarvis was dead to rights, and an extra effort is going to set up 3rd and very short.
That was an incredible couple-yard run. I mean, that should have been a 2-3 yard loss.
Insane.
Great effort.
So 3rd and a yard. Royals down by 1. Clock is in play, but not an enemy just yet as the Royals have the football. 3rd and 1 from their own 31. Down a point. 4 wide receivers to the left. Ash, a screen to Jarvis. Blockers in front. Bounces outside of the 30. 35-40. 45 cuts back infield to the 49-yard line. Still on his feet to the East Central 49. Alex Jarvis, a couple of back-to-back heady plays, aggressive plays, and the drive continues for Roncalli in a gotta-have-it 3rd and 1.
Yeah, I mean, they went quads.
Pickup of 20.
Quads, wide receiver over, exit the tailback to the quads. You're just trying to, it's in essence a run play where you're just trying to get the ball out wide, out leverage them out in the perimeter.
Ball far hash. 1st and 10 from the East Central 49. 2 wide receivers to the right, a motion man to the left. Option. Pitch to Toth at the 50 and thrown down at the 48. He'll pick up, if they're kind, which they will be, a yard. 2nd and 9.
5 minutes to go, too. You got to be, what's your timeout situation? How many more times you're going to have the ball left in this game? You got to get a field goal, obviously. All those things got to start to calculate in terms of 2nd and long. Can be a running down.
2nd and 9 from the East Central 48. Ash, 2-step drop, stays in the pocket, airs it out, has Rader wide open behind the defense. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Royals. Luke Rader from 48 yards, and Roncalli's back in front with 4:41 to play in this ball game, 21-16.
The seam route, we talked about it at the key. You got to handle their pressure. It kind of got after us, 11 offensive plays only. That time we catch them off guard, run a motion. They mess up the adjustment in terms of who's covering who. You got a seam right down the middle. They're chasing from behind. What a ball, what a catch, what a touchdown, what an answer for the Royals.
2-point try here would make it that a touchdown and extra point only ties the game, so the regular PAT is meaningless, so Roncalli will go for it here. Lead by 5. They're trying to lead by 7 and give themselves some breathing room. Empty set for Ash. 2 wide receivers to either side. Ball middle of the field on the 2-point try. Motion man is Rader. Ash takes the snap. Rolls left. Looking. Stops. Pump fakes. Lost the football. It can't be advanced, so it doesn't matter anyway. But that is where the dust clears. So the 2-point try there, as we'll stay here. We'll make up what we need to in post games. There's a lot of laundry that has to be clarified here. First and foremost, that's an Anne Bartram touchdown, and because of that, that's another $100 donated back to Roncalli High School. That's 100. 24/7 service you can count on. Call Anne Bartram at 317-889-9574. Game situation was this, 21-16 after the touchdown. You get the 2-point try. A touchdown and PAT can't beat you. It can force you to overtime, but that's it. Kicking the extra point, a touchdown and a PAT beats you. Go for 2 and miss. Touchdown beats you anyway. It doesn't matter, right? You're hoping for a blocked a PAT if you play it safe. I like the go for it there. Did you like the outlook they gave Ash in terms of option tree?
Yeah, I mean, if Dan Lauck's listening, he tweeted it. He said, Pioneer. Someday I'm going to say, Jimmy Cook, I'd run Pioneer here. And we ran a version of that. We ran some motion, ran a slant, tried to run a picking concept, but they picked it up well and were able to stop that. But the bottom line is this. Whatever happened just happened. We're going to have to make sure that we take care of business. You got to stop them. You got to keep them out of the end zone.
I know this is cart before the horse, but without revealing what I'm talking about, do you give clearance to
Yeah, I feel pretty good. That's where we want to go with this.
Okay. PAT, or excuse me, the kickoff, I beg your pardon, set up by Luthane. It's returned at the 10, to the 15, to the 20, and the 25 is where things will stop. And so East Central now needs a drive. Timeout East Central. We will.
How many do they have?
East Central with all 3 timeouts in their pocket. So correction, just to clarify. That was just a clarifying question on our end. How many timeouts East Central had left? They have all 3. We have just 1. 4:35 to play in this final quarter. 21-16 Roncalli. Maple in the gun. 2 wide receivers to his right and 1 to the left. His tailback, as has been the case tonight, is Bellman to the tune of 26 carries for 158 yards. Handoff, Bellman. Left side he slipped. First one to touch him and get the easiest tackle of the night was Brody Runyon.
Yeah, Runyon. Yeah, Runyon with a nice fit there right off the edge. That's the toughest spot, and the way we play our defense, Brody's in one of the toughest spots. That was a good play there. 2nd and long.
2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Maple. Delayed handoff. Bellman. He's got space, and then he's swallowed up by Runyon again, driving him back, but he does get forward progress to the 29, so gain of 3, 3rd and 6 to come. Of course, coming up, we'll have the Piazza Produce postgame show and our Gallagher's Pub and Eatery player of the game. A lot of recipients potentially tonight for the Golden Pizza Box. We'll get to that as the game unfolds. 3:40 to play in this final quarter. 21-16 Roncalli. East Central with the football. 3rd and 6 from their own 29. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Maple in the gun. 2-step drop. Pot collapses. Hit as he throws. Has a man with space. It's broken up. Broken up in coverage by Carrington Pitts. and it's 4th down. He was on an island with the receiver in Selhorst behind him, KB, and he makes the stop, got his head around, and knocks that ball out of the air.
Yeah, he did a great job of just getting back into phase, making a play at the very end, getting his head around. That's a huge play. A little bit of an underthrown ball, way to get his head around, avoid that.
Well, I think the Trojans are going to have to punt this because they have all 3 timeouts, and they're going to trust their defense. 3:25 to play. Well, now the clock stopped. Clock stopped for some reason. Incomplete pass. That's right. My apologies. Long will go back to Puchit, and he'll kick it out of bounds at the 40. So apologies on that. That was an incomplete pass. Kind of lost the sauce in the excitement of that moment. But the Roncalli faithful and the Roncalli sidelines are asking the Roncalli faithful to get loud and get proud because you got a 5-point lead in your pocket. And, Kevin, this is it. This is now championship simulation drive. You're up 5 with the football in your own building. Other team has all 3 timeouts. Go pick up a couple first downs. Go win yourself a ball game.
Exactly. I mean, there's nothing else to say. Pick up the first downs. Go win the game on senior night at home in a playoff-style environment.
1st and 10 from their own 47. Handoff to Jarvis. He'll get forward for 4 yards. 2nd and 6. East Central yet to use those timeouts. There's no 2-minute timeout or anything like that in this level. How do you expect them to play this out? You think under 2 is when they start to use them?
No, I mean, I think that's the right call because it's 2nd and 7. You want to hold off. There's 3 minutes to go. Yeah. You don't want to start burning them. Let's pick up one, and now the game's over, and you just put all the pressure on these plays. So I think that's the right move. It's the right move. Kind of see what happens on this 2nd down.
Ball far hash right at the 50. 2nd and 7 from there. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ash in the gun. Jarvis is tailback. Motion man is Toth. Handoff. Jarvis, full head of steam. Spins out of one. Tackler has the first down. Jarvis still moving. He's all the way to the East Central 41. 2:28 to play. Clock will stop because of the first down, and now you probably get into that territory where East Central will start using their timeouts.
Yeah, I mean, Jake Miners knows what he's doing. He's a championship caliber coach. That's the right move because that's what happens, right? You use the timeout there. They pick up the first down. Now you're in trouble. That's the right move, but you're one more first down away from this thing. That's what you're telling your offense. That's what they're talking to their defense about. We got to get one more shot. It's going to come down to the trenches. That's what's going to matter. That's what matters in championship football. It's what matters in October. It's what matters in November. This comes down to the offensive line movement at the point of attack.
Well, it's been a tale of 2 halves so far tonight. And Roncalli still with a pen in hand trying to rewrite this script. 1st and 10 from the East Central 41. 21-16 Roncalli, 2:28 left to play in this ballgame. East Central just used 1 of their 3 timeouts. And as Kevin mentions, a first down by Roncalli effectively ends this game. Ash in the gun. Handoff to Jarvis. Full head of steam. He is thwarted after a gain of a yard. 2nd and 9. East Central will use the timeout. Call it a gain of a yard. 2nd and 9. Well, this has been as eclectic a game as you're going to find. It felt so dominant towards Roncalli in the 1st and 2nd quarter. The entire 3rd quarter and then some dominated by East Central. You've had just a chef's kiss type of postseason preview game, which is what this matchup usually was. You're not going to get it this year because they're a class above in terms of enrollment and success factor, but man, what an appetizer for the postseason starting next week this game has been.
Absolutely. Everything you'd ask for in a Roncalli East Central game.
2nd and 9 for the Roncalli 40. Handoff. Jarvis still churning the legs out to the 35. A gain of 5. Timeout East Central. 3rd and 4.
their final timeout.
It is indeed the final East Central timeout. This will effectively be your ball game here.
I mean, you pick it up, ball game's over. Don't pick it up. I mean, you're still talking about them having 90 seconds or something left in the game.
And we've seen crazy things happen on the field already tonight. So who's to say that's not enough time to go shatter some dreams? Roncalli hopes it doesn't come to that as they still control how this script finishes tonight in another thrilling chapter against East Central. What'd you say that total tally was?
In the last
Kevin?
6 games, if you total them up, Roncalli has 135 points. East Central has 139 points.
Yep. A lot of weight carried in that 41-7 regular season beatdown East Central gave Roncalli a couple years ago, but still it's been tight outside of that anomaly matchup. 2 wide receivers on either side. Ball far hash on 3rd and 4. Option going to be run. Ash has nowhere. No, they'll go left side instead to Raider. 15-10-5 touchdown Royals. The Royals fooled even me. It looked like it was Ash to the right side on an option. Instead, they reverse it the other way to Raider, and he puts this one in the cooler. Touchdown Royals, 27-16 with 2:09 to play in the 4th. Wow.
That was awesome. That was awesome. Fake inside zone, leading to the triple. Everybody's going to see the motion guy, reverse. See you later. Good night. What a play.
Well, they basically took a page, it felt like, out of East Central's playbook there, Kevin. You don't see that type of inside option look from Roncalli really at all this season.
No, I feel like the teams have just changed uniforms. I'm not sure who's playing, who's on first, what's on second is what this entire game has felt like.
And now Luthane off for the point after try, but it's a 2-score lead now for Roncalli, and they can start to feel success now on senior night, but not without a couple of mistakes still. False start, and they'll kick it again. Just so well executed. Raider came out of nowhere on that motion. It looked like, from my vantage point, it was going to be an option dead to rights, and East Central thought they had it, and just so smooth to Raider coming across the field on that inside handoff. And they had nobody there. They had one-on-one on the left side, as you mentioned, for a blocker that was dead to rights thanks to Roncalli blocking upfield. And Raider walks in for the easiest touchdown you're going to have on the ground all season. PAT by Luthane is good. 2:09 to play in this final quarter. Roncalli comfortably in front on senior night, 28-16. One more look at as we go to break. The Raider touchdown on our men.
That's another touchdown by your Roncalli Royals. Brought to you by Ane and Bartram Heating and Cooling, the official touchdown sponsor of your Roncalli Royals.
When looking for reliable HVAC professionals, look no further than Ane and Bartram Heating and Cooling. Whether you need a routine maintenance check or an emergency repair on a heating or cooling unit, Ane and Bartram are available to handle all of your heating, cooling, and ventilation needs. Ane and Bartram strive to be the best, so call them today at 317-889-9574. They even have 24/7 emergency service. Call them today, Ane and Bartram, 317-889-9574.
Welcome back to Roncalli, the beautiful campus here at Bob Tully Field with Kevin Bonich. I'm Jimmy Cook. 2:09 to play in this final quarter. A dagger for the Roncalli offense when they needed it most. On a 3rd down to keep the drive alive, maybe milk this thing away. They say we don't want kneel down formation. We want pay dirt and finish things off. Luke Raider from 35 yards out, 5 plays, 53 yards, a minute and 12 off the clock, makes it 28-16 Roncalli with 2:09 to play. They'll kick it off to the right side, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, before East Central is finally brought down. That was Feldkamp on the return. And Roncalli, barring some helter-skelter stuff, with 2:01 to play in this final quarter, are going to walk out of here with a successful senior night. What a moment it's been. And we'll get through all of it on the Piazza Produce postgame show coming up. But I can't wait to break it all down. It's incredible what we've seen tonight.
I'm exhausted. Mentally, physically, emotionally,
You mean both.
spiritually.
This is only your first game of the year.
I think I got to resign after the
go out while the getting's good. 1st and 10, Maple. High pass is broken up. He was looking on the left side of the field for Mayer. It was broken up. And it sets up 2nd down. A couple Royals were there. Keller among them. 2nd and 10. Maple, 2-step drop. Fakes left. Now throws over the middle. It's dropped again. Trying to do too much without the football. Carson Eibold drops it. And now it's 3rd down.
Keep it all in front of you. No silly penalties. That's what we got to do. Take care of business here.
Man, what a feeling it's going to be for this group. Because you have this game totally get turned on its head. Wheels are falling off. 3rd and 10. Handoff, Bellman, right side. That's still something to work on as he picks up 8 nearly effortlessly. 4th down, obvious go-for-it situation for East Central. But this can happen in the postseason. You never know what happens. Sometimes you get a 2-score lead. You feel good about yourselves. You get punched in the mouth a couple times. How do you respond? Roncalli didn't give up a single point after they got punched back in the mouth. Handoff, Bellman. He has the 1st down and then some all the way to the Roncalli 45. 16 unanswered by East Central. And then Roncalli scores 13 unanswered to regain the lead, to regain control. What a response. 90 seconds to play. 1st and 10 from the Roncalli 45. Maple hit as he throws. It's a duck. Flag flies from the far side official. Ineligible man downfield, I believe, is going to be the call based on the marking. We'll do it again. You can hear Jake Miners from the opposite sideline. I know what he's calling, and he's trying to plead his case about his lineman, but
I thought he ran a good hitch route. You know, we're down there.
The lineman?
Yeah.
So did the official. That's why he threw the flag. So we'll bump things back. The Royals are going to finish this season 6-3. And for Roncalli, it's going to be at minimum. We'll wait for this play. 1st and 15. Maple going to run for his life. He'll tuck it and run, get to the 45, all the way to the 42. So get some positive yardage back. This will be, for Roncalli, the best regular season win total they've had since the 2022 season, when they made it all the way to semi-state to lose in heartbreaking fashion in overtime to this East Central group. A lot of players still on this Roncalli roster that were a part of that team. 2nd and 8 from the 43. Maple steps from the pocket. He is sacked. Tackled from behind. No one to be fooled there. Zane Baker gets what turns into, I believe, just a covered sack and a tackle for loss, but all the same. Pump fake by Maple on 3rd and 8. Throws it a sideline. Baker almost picked it off. Falls incomplete. 4th down.
I think Zane Baker on that last one, he kind of spun out of a block there, and all of a sudden the quarterback was in his lap. It was a great sack, don't get me wrong, but I think he spun into it and was like, hey, look, here's the quarterback. Let's take this sack down.
Now it's 4th and 8. Royals up 2 scores, so again, you need a lot of hijinks for this to not be a Roncalli win, but this is effectively the ball game for East Central, if you want to entertain that. 4th and 8 from the Roncalli 43. Maple, 3-step drop, throws over the middle, catch is made, the 30, and the drive continues. Reception made by Feldkamp. Clock will stop for a moment for the chains to move. Royals still lead, though, 28-16. Feldkamp, 3 catches for 51 yards tonight. Maple airs it out. Downfield, taking a shot, right sideline, incomplete. In coverage there was Luke Baker. So it'll be 2nd down.
Jimmy, is it weird? I want to see if we can line up in victory formation. Make that halftime adjustment. Our issue of the...
I just got an interesting notification from our statistician. What did you ask me that one more time? Sorry.
I said, is it weird? I want to make sure we get the ball back so we can line up in victory formation and make sure that we don't do it out of the spread
and
with 10 guys.
Yes, the ending
I need
part.
that. I need
real
that.
quick. Bellman to the right side on 2nd and 10. He'll pick up about 5. That part's weird. I thought you wanted it for the seniors. The fact that your offensive brain won't let you sit still until you realize they're not taking victory out of the spread, that one's weird. Maple, 2-step drop, airs it out, jump ball, corner of the end zone, broken up. 7 seconds to play. It'll be 4th and 3. Either way, Roncalli is going to leave Bob Tully Field with a senior night win.
Good for you for wanting that to be about honoring the seniors. And me making sure that we're fundamentally sound in all aspects of the game.
Look, I think it is much more acceptable for the OC and football mind turned principal and the broadcaster, and that's pretty much it in my docket, to care more about the seniors than the man, am I right?
But I think in my job I should have been more dialed in there.
You're fair.
More dialed into the seniors and what they deserve.
You've been doing 2 jobs tonight.
Thank you.
You had a lot going on.
We
just appreciate you being here in the booth for us. You still have commencement to make up for it. I mean, you got other opportions to.
Yeah, we'll make sure we recognize them. We will have them run victory formation though before commencement.
Yeah, for sure. 4th and 3, 7 seconds to go. Unless we get a real dice roll, I don't think you're going to get victory formation, but there's hope. There is hope if this takes 7 seconds or less. Maple, 2-step drop, 3 on the clock, 2 on the clock, 1 on the clock. He's not going to get it. Maple throws corner of the end zone, incomplete, 000. That'll do it. The Royals get a senior night W over the East Central Trojans. They win it by a final of 28-16, close the regular season with their best regular season win total in 3 years, win 5 of their last 6 games to close the regular season, and are now 6-3 as they await a travel date to Northview next Friday for the sectional opener, thanks to a 28-16 final tonight over the East Central Trojans.
What a win.
Prepare yourself for scary good savings this month from Peterman Brothers. Don't let the autumn chill bite this October. All month when you install a qualifying heating and cooling system with Peterman, the furnace is free. Take advantage of these
you had so many, they talk about all the time, games within the game, and there were plenty of those tonight.
Visit
PetermanHVAC.com. We're going to step outside for about 3 or 4 minutes. When we come back, we will have for you the Piazza Produce post-game show and the Gallagher's player of the game. Again, our final in this one. Royals victorious on senior night, 28-16. Your final. Back in about 4 minutes on RMN.
Gallagher's Pub and Eatery, your go-to spot before, after, and during all Roncalli events. As a family-owned and operated establishment, we take pride in offering a warm, friendly atmosphere where you can savor delicious pizza, fresh salads, mouth-watering wings, and a wide selection of ice-cold beverages. With 25 smart TVs around the venue, you'll catch every moment of the action and never miss a sporting event. Whether you're gearing up for the big game or celebrating a win, Gallagher's is the place to be.
Are you looking for a company that cares about meeting your financial needs? Werner Financial is the place for you. Our owner, Jason Werner, is a proud Roncalli member of the class of 2005 and has extensive knowledge and experience ensuring your investments are customized to fit your goals. The Werner Financial team is one that works for you and will handle your assets with precision and confidence. Our goal is for you to not only feel secure in your finances, but also to see real growth. Visit wernerfinancial.com to set up your meeting today and get started on your financial future.
When you need the job done right, trust Indiana Electrical Services, your IBEW 481 union contractor. Proud sponsor of Roncalli Athletics, we're here to handle all your electrical needs, big or small. Jeff Russell, class of '99, and David Moran, class of '94, are proud to serve the community they love. And of course, we're cheering on the Royals every step of the way. Indiana Electrical Services, powering your home, your business, and your school spirit.
Since 1947, Indianapolis Fruit has been delivering the freshest fruits, vegetables, and flowers to Midwestern retailers, bringing quality and trust to every produce aisle. With over 170 refrigerated trucks, a premium supply chain, and more than 3,000 SKUs, including organic, ethnic, artisan, and gourmet grab-and-go options. We provide a full-service experience from farm to market. Indianapolis Fruit. Produce a fresh experience.
Since 1988, McGee & Company Fine Jewelers has been Greenwood's trusted, family-owned jeweler, helping you celebrate life's most memorable moments. From bridal sales and insurance appraisals to custom designs and expert repairs, we're a full-service jewelry store with an extensive showroom of fine fashion and bridal jewelry. And if you don't see exactly what you're dreaming of, our award-winning designers will create it just for you. McGee & Company Fine Jewelers, built on service, dedicated to quality. Visit us at 880 U.S. Highway 31 North in Greenwood, just across from the Greenwood Park Mall, or online at mcgeejewelers.com.
Thinking about buying or selling land? Maybe a hunting paradise, some productive farmland, or a cozy home with some elbow room? Then look no further than Bill and Jay Miner, your Whitetail Properties land specialists. These Roncalli alums know West Central and South Central Indiana like the back of their hands. Don't wait. Call Bill and Jay today at 317-446-9500 or at 317-370-2422 or visit their agent profiles at whitetailproperties.com.
Prepare yourself for scary good savings this month from Peterman Brothers. Don't let the autumn chill bite this October. All month when you install a qualifying heating and cooling system with Peterman, the furnace is free. Take advantage of this fantastic deal before it disappears.
Visit PetermanHVAC.com to schedule your free furnace installation today.
Peterman Brothers, where great service runs in the family.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the Roncalli Media Network, a student-run broadcast giving you all the sights and sounds of Royal Athletics.
Welcome back to Bob Tully Field. A senior night victory for your Roncalli Royals, 28-16, the final. They get the job done in front of a capacity crowd for senior night. Let's take a look at how we got there. Roncalli would start the game with the football. They go 13 plays, 91 yards in 5 minutes and 50 seconds for a 1-yard touchdown run by Colin Ash. To make it 6-0, there'd be a penalty on the point after try, so they would end up going for 2 with the short yardage. That'd be a 2-point conversion successful for Colin Ash on the ground to make it 8-0 Roncalli. East Central would then punt and go 3 and out for their opening drive of the ball game. Roncalli would then respond with a 6-play, 58-yard, 2:46 off the clock drive. 7-yard touchdown run by Colin Ash, his second of the ball game, to make it 15-0 Roncalli. That would be after a... Should be noted, just to kind of backtrack for a second, East Central 3 and out. Roncalli would drive down the field 75 yards, but be stopped at the 1. They would turn it over on downs. East Central would then punt. Roncalli would then have that scoring drive for Colin Ash I just mentioned to make it 15-0. East Central would respond with a long drive of 42 yards, but a 42-yard field goal by them was no good. So it would remain 15-0 as the Royals kneeled down in an interesting formation, much to the dismay of one Kevin Bonich before half to make it 15-0. East Central would start the second half with the football, and they would operate with a 12-play, 81-yard drive, 3:49 off the clock, a 4-yard touchdown run by Maple, the quarterback, to make it 15-7. So they're on the board now and within 8. For Roncalli, the following possession, they would be forced to punt to East Central. East Central will then turn it over on downs, and then the teams would exchange punts. Roncalli, at this point, they would be operating deep in their own territory. In fact, their own 3-yard line, would try a pitch pass to the right to Dozier that wound up as a safety. So that negated the edge Roncalli had with that 2-point try earlier, bumped that edge back to East Central, though the Royals still led 15-9. Unfortunately, the Trojans would respond on an 11-play, 57-yard drive, 4:27 off the clock. Another touchdown run for Maple. This his second, they wouldn't have to go for 2. All they had to do was kick a normal PAT. That made it 16-15 advantage East Central. But the Royals would have a response in the form of 5-play, 78-yard drive and a $146 off the clock, a 48-yard touchdown pass from Colin Ash to Luke Rader, just what the doctor ordered. Roncalli would go for 2 because the math says you go for 2, you get it. A touchdown, an extra point doesn't beat you, it only ties the game. And a normal PAT does you nothing because you're only up 6. The 2-point try, though, would be unsuccessful. So the Trojans would then operate with just 4:41 left on the clock, trying to get something going. They would be forced to 3-and-out, punt the ball back to Roncalli. The Royals would then orchestrate a 5-play, 53-yard drive, only a minute and 12 off the clock, but it doesn't matter when you're putting 6 back up. An inside option handoff to Luke Rader, 35 yards to pay dirt, makes it 28-16 Roncalli, and you can ring the bell in the chapel if you'd like, as they're doing right now. The Royals would then, with a 2-score lead, just let East Central do some schoolyard stuff. Nothing doing. A shot at the end zone falls incomplete. And not only that, but history was made once again, and we'll explain to you what that history was on the other side. This is, of course, the Piazza Produce post-game show, proud sponsor of your Roncalli Royals. Piazza Produce, family-owned and trusted in Indianapolis since 1970. Starting from a single truck, Piazza has grown into a leading regional distributor of the freshest produce, specialty items, proteins, and more, delivering exceptional quality across the Midwest through a network of refrigeration-equipped trucks and a food-safe, customer-first operation. Piazza Produce, unmatched service and a freshness you can count on after every game. So history was made tonight in a couple of ways. It was made in the form of the Gallagher's player of the game. We'll get to that in a second. And was also made in the form of our stats department. If you were here last week, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you're in for a treat. Don't worry about it. We'll step aside and be right back to wrap things up on the Piazza Produce postgame show. A lot of hardware and a lot of stats to go over after this. Our final on the Marian University scoreboard, it reads Roncalli 28, East Central 16. Back to wrap things up after this on RMN.
Providing comfort for families in their time of need is the main concern of the staff at Lauk Veldoff Funeral Home. We are a small family-owned firm and take great pride in the personal service we offer and the family-like atmosphere at our facility. At Lauk Veldoff, we only serve one family at a time, providing compassionate care and affordable options, truly part of your community. Lauk and Veldoff Funeral and Cremation Services. Call 317-636-6655.
When you need the job done right, trust Indiana Electrical Services, your IBEW 481 union contractor. Proud sponsor of Roncalli Athletics, we're here to handle all your electrical needs, big or small. Jeff Russell, class of 99, and David Moran, class of 94, are proud to serve the community they love. And of course, we're cheering on the Royals every step of the way. Indiana Electrical Services, powering your home, your business, and your school spirit.
Harding Porman is a full-service printing and brand communications company. From creative services and strategy to print, signage, digital output, warehousing and fulfillment, mailing, e-commerce storefronts, and even mobile solutions. They are dedicating to helping their clients get the most out of their brand communication efforts with the quality they can see and results they can be sure of. Get the most out of your brand communications. Certified to be the best, Harding Porman.
Since 1970, Piazza Produce has grown from a single truck operation into a trusted, family-owned produce partner, bringing exceptional quality and unmatched service to the food service industry. We deliver the ingredients chefs count on. With refrigerated GPS-tracked trucks covering more than 150 cities across the Midwest, Piazza Produce ensures your kitchen never runs out because service is everything. Piazza Produce, fresh from our family to yours. Visit piazzaproduce.com to learn more.
When it comes to coin laundry, Laundry and Tan Connection stands out as Indiana and Kentucky's biggest and best. With cleaner, more spacious and user-friendly facilities, they lead the way in laundry services. But that's not all. They're also the area's premier tanning salon, offering top-notch tanning facilities at competitive prices and the best hours around. Discover why Laundry and Tan Connection is the top choice for both laundry and tanning by visiting laundryandtan.com today.
Prepare yourself for scary good savings this month from Peterman Brothers. Don't let the autumn chill bite this October. All month when you install a qualifying heating and cooling system with Peterman, the furnace is free. Take advantage of this fantastic deal before it disappears.
Visit PetermanHVAC.com to schedule your free furnace installation today.
Peterman Brothers, where great service runs in the family.
In every game, there's one player who stands above the rest, one who makes the impossible possible. Gallagher's is proud to celebrate that player, the standout star who took the game to the next level. And who better to honor this exceptional athlete than Gallagher's, where every game day is a victory. Enjoy delicious pizza, fresh salads, mouth-watering wings, and a wide selection of ice-cold beverages while cheering on your favorite team. Congratulations to this week's Roncalli Royals Player of the Game. Celebrate with friends and family at Gallagher's, where every meal is as outstanding as the game-time performance. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. It's time to recognize the Gallagher's Player of the Game.
Welcome back to Bob Tully Field for the final time on the Piazza Produce postgame show. Marian University scoreboard reads Roncalli 28, East Central 16 with Kevin Bonich. I am Jimmy Cook. Now time to hand out our postgame award. The Gallagher's Player of the Game. Tonight our team worked together, but there was one player, one standout student athlete, or was there? Hold on that in a second. And who better to celebrate this exceptional player, are we sure about that, than Gallagher's, where every game day is a win. Head over after tonight's game for some delicious pizza and a wide selection of ice-cold beverages with all your best friends. Join the celebration with friends and family at Gallagher's, where every meal matches the excitement of the game. And now the moment you've been waiting for, let's give a round of applause for the Gallagher's Player of the Game, question mark? I'm Ron Burgundy. Because it's not a player of the game, Kevin. We have totally thrown out the rule book here, the principals in the booth, and it's multiple players tonight.
That is right. There's a lot of foreshadowing, but that is correct. We've broken all the rules. I'm not sure what the rules are.
Yeah.
I know there were text messages sent. There was questions. There's been appeals.
Yep.
And I
there were financial questions
There's
involved.
financial questions. Budget implications have been involved.
Something about an R card.
R cards have been involved. But here's the reality. There are a lot of phenomenal kids that were incredible tonight and all year long. But there are those that unfortunately in the statistics and in the newspaper unfortunately are nameless. And as a former quarterback, as a former offensive coordinator, and as the principal of high school, it's my honor to recognize the players of the game, and that is the offensive line, Luke Riley, Zane Baker, Charlie Dugan, Carter Sitzman, Brian Espinoza. I'm going to be honest. I'm not really sure where the text messages end. We're going to give the Gallagher's pizza to one of them, and then I'm buying lunch. They're going to come down to the principal's office. We're going to have lunch. I'm going to buy pizzas. I don't know how many. I'm not sure what the budget looks like.
Well, but you got linemen to feed.
I do have linemen to feed, so there could be pizzas involved, but I will be hosting in the principal's office pizza with the principal for the offensive line. They deserve it.
I'm going to betray you here. We're now turning into a talk radio show.
That's fine.
So I'm betraying your confidence with this. I have a conspiracy theory since you've had one with the news we're about to drop here in a second, but I have a conspiracy theory.
I'm ready.
Are you also inviting the offensive lineman into your office so that you can make sure they know in victory formation not to spread, like to make sure that it's not spread formation, that we are condensed, and that the offensive linemen are able to take that wisdom and go with it? Is that involved? Is that, because normal chatter over lunch, right? Who's to say what's to be talked about?
I think I'm going to talk about it in my Monday prayer. I think it's a school-wide issue. I think we have to. I think this is one of those 7:30 announcements. Pardon the interruption.
It's good.
Faculty, staff, and students, I have a critical announcement.
That's good.
And that is we are going to all. This is what we're doing. This is what homeroom is going to happen on fifth period on Monday. You know what? The offensive line, wonderful tonight.
Yeah.
Obviously, especially down the stretch, when they needed it the most, they were great early in the game. That we can talk about whatever happened in the third quarter and the half of the fourth quarter, but kudos to the offensive line. And you know what? They deserve all the recognition in the world. You know, in the NFL, when it's Christmas time, those quarterbacks that are making oodles and oodles of money, they buy presents for all that offensive line. So this is kind of like the Oprah Winfrey show.
I like it.
You get a pizza, and you get a pizza, and you get a pizza. It's like the NFL at Christmas time, except for I'm not buying them ATVs or televisions. We're going to have pizza with the principal.
Probably too early as well for a Santa suit, unless you're, the back section of Costco. I don't think
I kind of like that. We might have to see what the fine arts department has. We might need that.
We can make some calls, but the whole O-line, tonight's Gallagher's players of the game. The only place you need to be before and after Roncalli events, the proud family-owned establishment. We offer a warm, welcoming atmosphere where you can enjoy mouth-watering pizza, fresh salads, irresistible wings, a fantastic selection of ice-cold drinks. With smart TVs scattered throughout, you'll never miss a game. Whether you're gearing up for the big match or celebrating a victory, Gallagher's is the place to be. We'll see you tonight after the game. The other nugget of note, did not think it would happen twice, and I know there's a risk with doing this because he hasn't answered my text. He's a busy man, but I know the Royals faithful that are still listening will make sure he gets this feedback, and I'll probably call him on the drive home. Few people know more about Roncalli football than Rob Brown. I would make an argument just because he's a data guru that Matt Heinekamp is consuming that information and can just spit things out at you in the blink of an eye. And he's done so again tonight. And the only reason I lead up to this is to say that my color analyst is skeptical of what I'm about to announce. The 28-16 final, and for the second consecutive week, is a unique score in Roncalli history. That's right, Scorigami, the 319th unique score in Roncalli Royals football history, the 28-16 final. If you know Rob Brown, if you are listening, Rob Brown, text that man because he's already dunked on us once. We were wrong this year. We owned up. We put our hands up. It's fine. I don't think we're wrong. I trust Matt Heinekamp. I trust the data. I think that's a Scorigami. You're skeptical.
I feel like you just said we didn't land on the moon. That's what I feel like right now. I feel like you just told me we didn't land on the moon. 28's a normal number.
Sure.
That's normal.
Sure.
16's just not out of the question. If it was 28-2, okay. I'm leading the skeptics.
All right. Well,
I'm leading the skeptics. It's not a trust issue with the people behind the scenes. It's not that. It's not
just
anything personal.
In your gut. Right.
We landed on the moon, and we've scored 28-16 before.
What I'm hearing from you is you did your own research, and you've come to a different conclusion than what the data is saying.
No, I've done no research. There's no data to prove this whatsoever.
I know. I'm just kidding.
We landed on the moon, and we have scored 28-16
Anyway,
before.
all you got to do, if you're still listening, and if you are, God bless you, text Rob Brown and ask him, was tonight a Scorigami? And if he has no idea what you're talking about, tell him to call me, and I'll get that sorted out. But as it stands, I'll go with Matt Heinekamp, 319th unique score in Roncalli history. Happy Scorigami, everybody. Woo! Kevin, some final thoughts on what's been a great senior night. Always good to get out with a win, and the Royals now will be winners of 5 of their last 6 games heading into the showdown at Northview, 7 o'clock next week to start sectional play.
It's survive and advance. Obviously, that was not necessarily the case tonight, but it feels that way when you play East Central Week 9 going into the tournament, where it's survive and advance when it comes to momentum, when it comes to building on that, to be going into the playoffs on a high note. You want all those things to take place. That was a playoff atmosphere. That was a state championship caliber football team. That is what you're going to do at the end of November, or the end of October, and throughout the course of November. My thoughts are that's what it's going to take. It is not going to be pretty. There's going to be weather that's involved down in this tournament. There is going to be calls that go against you. There are going to go bounces that go against you. All of those things are going to happen. And the bottom line is you have got to make plays in the playoffs. And even if it's ugly or it's gritty or it's not picture perfect like it was in the first half, you got to find a way to win. And the Royals did that tonight on a great senior night, a night that we honored the 1985 state championship. We also honored our volleyball team and their state championship as well. We honored the members of our senior class of 2026, the members of our band, the members of our cheerleaders, our managers, our senior football players as well. What a phenomenal night. This is exactly what you want heading into late October, early November, and playoff football. That is what you wanted tonight.
And we'll have it all for you here on the Roncalli Media Network. That is a 7 o'clock start time next week at Northview, which I have found out because I am as I don't really hide, I turncoated and I'm a North Sider now, but it doesn't really matter what part of town you market from. It's still an hour and a half because you're darn near Terre Haute because, again, they're the Tampa Bay Rays of this American League East that is the sectional. But we'll be there for you, 7 o'clock start time, 6:30 pregame. Wait, what's that? What's the telegram I just got? Dan Lauk back in the booth, everybody. How about it? Haven't seen him in about 2 weeks. Kevin, I thought you and Scott Schreiber handled the seat amicably, if not excellently, the last couple of weeks, and I appreciate you taking some time, especially yourself, wearer of many hats, being in the booth with us.
I loved it. What a blast. What a blast. I mean, super fun to have a headset back on, to be talking about Roncalli football, talk about the football program, talk about our school and community and all the great things that are happening. Yep. Always good. Jay Cook, you do a phenomenal job. We are blessed to have you leading RMN. We got awesome kids behind the scenes doing great work.
Of course.
That is all the people. It's just what a fun night to be here in the booth.
I appreciate that, KB, and you are always welcome anytime you would like, and maybe we will hear from you a little bit more as the season unfolds. Executive Director of the Roncalli Media Network is Therese Carson. Video operations Director and maestro of all of our video technical audio work, the talented AJ Ablong. Round of applause to him and his student crew. Hopefully it's not the last time we hear from them, but you don't know what happens in the football season. It's the postseason now, win or go home. But if that was the last of it, hats off to you. Fine men and women in there in the production truck helping us out throughout the course of the season. My analyst tonight, the principal himself, Kevin Bonich, wearer of many hats. Appreciate having him along, and I'm Jimmy Cook. And our final in this one, Royals victorious on senior night, 28-16. The final to advance to 6-3 on the year and start the postseason next week. And until we talk to you next week, again, 7 o'clock kick, 6:30 pregame from Northview with Dan Lauk back in the booth. This is Jimmy Cook saying so long, everybody.
You're tuned in to the Roncalli Media Network, a student-run broadcast bringing you all the excitement of Royal Athletics. Roncalli students are working hard behind the scenes so you never miss a moment. If you enjoy what you see and hear, consider becoming a Roncalli Media Network sponsor or making a gift to Roncalli's Circle of Faith Annual Fund to keep opportunities like this thriving.
Marian University wants to know, what are you made of? At Marian University, our students are made of character and faith. Our students are service-minded and want to make a difference in the world. Our students possess the skills and intellect required of leaders. Come to Marian University, Indy's premier Catholic university, and let us help you find out what you're made of. You can apply for free today at marian.edu.
When it comes to physical therapy, you have the freedom to choose your provider. At Indiana Physical Therapy, our experienced therapists will work with you to create a personalized treatment plan tailored to your needs. Whether you're recovering from injury, managing a chronic condition, or looking to improve your sports performance, we've got you covered. Take control of your health and schedule your appointment today at indianapt.com or call us at 317-449-2333.
Family owned and operated since 1971, O'Reilly Branson Funeral Service and Crematory has been dedicated to serving families with the utmost dignity and compassion. The staff at O'Reilly Branson are experts in pre-planning, cremation, and at-need funeral arrangements, and have a long history of supporting your Roncalli Royals. Your wishes are honored to the finest detail, allowing you to celebrate the life and cherished memories of your loved ones. For more information, visit O'ReillyBranson.com. O'Reilly Branson, where our Catholic family serves your Catholic family.
Thinking about buying or selling land? Maybe a hunting paradise, some productive farmland, or a cozy home with some elbow room? Then look no further than Bill and Jay Miner, your Whitetail Properties land specialists. These Roncalli alums know West Central and South Central Indiana like the back of their hands. Don't wait. Call Bill and Jay today at 317-446-9500 or at 317-370-2422 or visit their agent profiles at whitetailproperties.com.
Are you looking for a company that cares about meeting your financial needs? Werner Financial is the place for you. Our owner, Jason Werner, is a proud Roncalli member of the class of 2005 and has extensive knowledge and experience ensuring your investments are customized to fit your goals. The Werner financial team is one that works for you and will handle your assets with precision and confidence. Our goal is for you to not only feel secure in your finances, but also to see real growth. Visit wernerfinancial.com to set up your meeting today and get started on your financial future.
Score big for Roncalli every time you swipe with Indiana Members Credit Union. When you use your IMCU Royals debit card for everyday purchases, you're helping fund Roncalli High School athletics with every signature-based transaction. Get your Roncalli Royals debit card free with your free IMCU checking account. Stop by your Southside branch at 5047 Madison Avenue or any IMCU branch near you, or sign up online at imcu.com. Swipe, support, repeat. Go Royals!
Building your vision. From concept to creation. At Gemco Constructors, we're your one-stop partner in commercial construction, from mechanical, electrical, and plumbing systems to building automation and post-project service. With design-build solutions across 30-plus states, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and built to last. Our strength, innovation, safety, and service. Gemco engineers the right system that works smarter and works longer. Gemco Constructors, a proud supporter of the Roncalli Royals. Visit wearegemco.com today. Gemco, building your vision, concept to creation.
Since 1988, McGee & Company Fine Jewelers has been Greenwood's trusted, family-owned jeweler, helping you celebrate life's most memorable moments. From bridal sales and insurance appraisals to custom designs and expert repairs, we're a full-service jewelry store with an extensive showroom of fine fashion and bridal jewelry. And if you don't see exactly what you're dreaming of, our award-winning designers will create it just for you. McGee & Company Fine Jewelers, built on service, dedicated to quality. Visit us at 880 U.S. Highway 31 North in Greenwood, just across from the Greenwood Park Mall, or online at mcgeejewelers.com.
Discover the Coin Index in Greenwood. Have you inherited a coin collection you aren't sure what to do with? Are you interested in investing in precious metals? Then the Coin Index is your ultimate destination for coins and precious metals. We buy, sell, and appraise. Located at 857 North Madison Avenue, just south of the Greenwood Park Mall. For expert service and top-notch selection, visit us at coinindex.com. The Coin Index, your trusted partner in coins and precious metals.
At VisionQuest Eye Care, we want to see what you see. For more than 25 years, we've offered eye exams for the whole family and care for a range of eye diseases and conditions. Pick out your glasses and sunglasses in our stunning new optical shop staffed with friendly faces. Visit us at our Greenwood and Fishers offices and schedule your visit at visionquesteyecare.com. That's visionquesteyecare.com. We want to see what you see.
At Kids Abilities, we believe in one simple truth: no limits, only possibilities. Our dedicated team offers pediatric occupational, speech, and feeding therapy focused on sensory regulation, building intrinsic motivation, and making meaningful connections for children from birth to 21. We go beyond therapy. We support families, celebrate achievements, and unlock each child's fullest potential. Kids Abilities, where possibilities become realities. Visit kidsabilitiesindiana.com or call to learn more today.
Family owned and operated since 1971, O'Reilly Branson Funeral Service and Crematory has been dedicated to serving families with the utmost dignity and compassion. The staff at O'Reilly Branson are experts in pre-planning, cremation, and at-need funeral arrangements, and have a long history of supporting your Roncalli Royals. Your wishes are honored to the finest detail, allowing you to celebrate the life and cherished memories of your loved ones. For more information, visit O'ReillyBranson.com. O'Reilly Branson, where our Catholic family serves your Catholic family.
Marian University wants to know, what are you made of? At Marian University, our students are made of character and faith. Our students are service-minded and want to make a difference in the world. Our students possess the skills and intellect required of leaders. Come to Marian University, Indy's premier Catholic university, and let us help you find out what you're made of. You can apply for free today at marian.edu.
When you need the job done right, trust Indiana Electrical Services, your IBEW 481 union contractor. Proud sponsor of Roncalli Athletics, we're here to handle all your electrical needs, big or small. Jeff Russell, class of '99, and David Moran, class of '94, are proud to serve the community they love. And of course, we're cheering on the Royals every step of the way. Indiana Electrical Services, powering your home, your business, and your school spirit.
Since 1947, Indianapolis Fruit has been delivering the freshest fruits, vegetables, and flowers to Midwestern retailers, bringing quality and trust to every produce aisle. With over 170 refrigerated trucks, a premium supply chain, and more than 3,000 SKUs, including organic, ethnic, artisan, and gourmet grab-and-go options. We provide a full-service experience from farm to market. Indianapolis Fruit. Produce a fresh experience.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the Roncalli Media Network, a student-run broadcast giving you all the sights and sounds of Royal Athletics.